with a interception, and they are the guys that will be handling the corners for the Raider defense. The safety, free safety, Jaquan Dent. He is number 1, and he is a move-in from Forest City. He's a senior and a very good addition to this team. So that is your starters. As far as Pocahontas goes, and Coach, you may know a lot more about Pocahontas than I do, but I know it starts with that very good quarterback, number 3. He's a junior this year. Great athlete. He is actually an Arkansas State University commit in the sport of baseball. He's a very good pitcher. So you would think that that good of an arm on the mound, he'll be able to throw the ball around a little bit tonight.
Well, I watched him some in pregame. His mechanics are very good. He's making a lot of improvement. I know that he's put on some weight since last year, and really been dedicated in the weight room. So that not only will make him a better football player and probably improve his speed a lot, but it's going to help him when he's throwing that bean at ASU.
Yes, sir. Dawson Chester, the signal caller for Pocahontas. In the backfield with him is Derek Kimball, senior running back, 5'11", 195 pounds, and he will be a load to bring down for the Raider defenders. Wide receivers of note, C.J. Palmer, number 5, and Michael Martins, number 8. Michael Martins is a move-in, and get this, Coach, he is the superintendent's son. They hired a new superintendent at Pocahontas.
Oh.
It just so happened he has a good football player. The son, that's what you call a good hire.
Yeah, very good hire. Probably wasn't too hard to get that through the board.
Yes, that's the kind of hires that football coaches like when they hire a superintendent with a stud ball player. I good friends with Coach Donnie Tennyson, as you know, and one thing Coach Tennyson always good-naturedly griped about was Jerry Muckensturm lives in Nettleton School District, and all he has is daughters.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I was told many, many years ago by a great coach that I played under in high school, Bill Reed, who won some state championships at Jacksonville and other areas. And Bill always said the great athletes have daughters. Well, I had 2 sons.
What does that say?
Exactly.
Talking about those receivers, and as we mentioned, man, some quality throws from Cade Carter last week, but you got to have somebody to throw it to. And these guys were phenomenal last week. Josie Perkins, 3 receptions for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Terrell Rogers, 2 receptions for 14 yards. Devin Alexander, 1 reception, but it was for 58 yards and a touchdown. And Charles Moore, 1 reception for 17 yards. That's a good group of receivers right there. It's good to see Cade Carter with some tall, agile targets to throw to.
Yeah, it's tremendous. And, you know, it's been kind of the past few years we've had, you know, 1 go-to guy, maybe 2, others we hope, but we would target in. I think now they really can spread the wealth even better.
Captains for tonight's contest for Nettleton, number 33, Nathan Young, and number 13, Bryson Thomas. Looking across the field with my field glasses, the captains for Pocahontas, number 86, Joel Marlowe, number 15, Lane Looney, number 55, Bradley Baltz. And how often has there been a Baltz on a Pocahontas team?
Just about every year, I believe.
And who's the other one, Sean? Number 2, Jackson Nichols, the backup quarterback, wide receiver, strong safety. So they'll have
Greg, I ran against Baltz athletes from Pocahontas and track in the late 60s and early 70s, so they're just ingrained in that community.
Yeah, if you're going to play a Pocahontas team, you're going to be facing some Baltzes, one of the great families from that wonderful town. Junior high game last night, the junior high team from Pocahontas, man, they look good. And they defeated our junior Raiders, unfortunately. So it's a town that loves their football. It looks like Pocahontas has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So Nettleton will be receiving the opening kickoff, and they will be defending the south end zone. Pocahontas will be kicking off and defending the north end zone. I stand corrected. Nettleton won the coin toss, and they chose to receive. So that's the first mistake that I've made today. I bet it won't be the last, Coach.
Well, I bet I can top you real quick.
Hey, it's student broadcasting. That's what this is. I do want to say a shout out to our director, Ryan Bell, a young man who worked hard getting everything set up for us to broadcast tonight, and he's directing. Upstairs, we got Kobe Miller, a young man who plays on the junior high football team.
I wonder who he's related to around here.
When your dad's a TV teacher, you get conscripted.
Another one of those faculty hires, and bringing us athletes.
That's right. You hire Craig Miller, you get a cameraman.
Well, I know one thing. I've seen him run, and I know he can run better than his father, so that's a big plus.
It's not saying a whole lot there, Coach. I was not known for I was known for trying to pop funnies. I wasn't known for anything athletic whenever I was in school here. Here come the Raiders. That's right, class of 1989, which all historians worth their salt say is the greatest class in Nettleton history. Raiders have run through the tunnel, and we are just about ready to get this thing underway. 2 minutes until kickoff, according to the clock. Temperature 89 degrees. Best temperature ever, 89
did we
degrees.
Hit the 100 heat index today that I heard about?
The last I heard, it was high of 95, heat index 105.
No, yeah. It felt like it.
It was ridiculously hot. And of course, out there on that turf, you can probably add 10, 15 degrees, Coach.
You can just see the waves float up off it in the afternoon.
The heat.
Mm-hmm.
And on a night like tonight, these early season games, and Coach, you're welcome to stand or you're welcome to sit there, whichever you'd rather do.
I'm stand.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I will stand
I may
with
go
you. So
down on occasion, but it'd be better for me to stand.
I got you.
Better and
I got you. On a night like tonight, it's one of those nights you see a lot of cramps out there. You see a lot of injury timeouts, and it turns out to be a cramp, which where we're at is, we say that's no big deal. It's just a cramp. But if you've ever had your hamstring cramp up,
nice.
you know.
And it just hits you immediately. This humidity that we face around here is tough. But I'll say this about our coaching staff. They've worked very, very hard in encouraging the kids to load water all week. You will see them walking around campus with gallon jugs and visiting the restroom quite often because they are loading a lot of H2O. But that's what a lot of kids don't do. They drink caffeinated drinks and things, but our coaching staff has done a great job.
Jackson Nichols to kick off, back deep, Terrell Rogers and the outlaw Josie Perkins. And they kick it deep. It looks like Terrell Rogers will field it at about the 19-yard line. He finds a crease up the middle, bounces out off a couple of tackles, and he is brought down at the 40-yard line of the Redskins. That's number 5, C.J. Palmer, who made the touchdown-saving tackle, and Terrell just almost broke that one, Coach.
Well, and he started out, he kind of faded to the middle a little bit, and then he got behind his wall and did a great job. I don't think we will probably see them kicking deep anymore to us.
42 yards on the return. Cade Carter from the gun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Terrell Rogers here on the near side. In motion goes Nathan Anderson. The give to Anderson up the middle. He makes it to the 35-yard line. We'll call that a gain of, looks like 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Just a little inside zone play. Got some good movement.
Coach, we've got a new down marker over there. It's lit up. That bright number 2 showing up.
Oh, it's amazing. They're all going electric now that I'm about to get out.
Give us Nathan off right tackle. There's a flag thrown as he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short loss. Preliminary indication is holding against the Raiders.
Got on the edge right there. Saw some real good speed coming up out of their secondary. Surprises me a little bit.
That'll back it up 10 yards, and we'll replay second down. It's like a second down. Backed it up 9 yards. That's one of those spot fouls, I guess.
Yeah, it's from the point of the foul.
point of the foul. Okay, second down and 15. Carter from the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Nathan Young in the backfield with him. And that's a little bit of motion.
Got to be disciplined. The wideout has got to look in at the ball when you're going on an extended count like that. And we almost had Pocahontas come across, but they didn't break the plane, and then we moved.
That'll back it up another 5-yard, and we'll call it second down and 23. Cade Carter from the gun. In the backfield is Terrell Rogers. He's going to pass over the middle. A little bit of contact between Josie Perkins and number 5, C.J. Palmer. Incomplete. It'll be third down and long for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was one that Mike could have called. He impeded his progress a little bit, but the ball, I think, was so far downfield that the back judge decided to leave his flag in his pocket.
I would have been happy if he would have thrown that flag and called pass interference on that one. But I am rooting for the Raiders. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We are scoreless, 2 receivers to each side. Terrell Rogers in the backfield for the second straight play. Cade Carter from the gun. Carter back to pass, looking to his left. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Nettleton's number 6, Kyle Tolley. It'll be fourth down and long, and the punting unit will come on. Cameron Scarlett on to punt. Young man does it all, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, sure does. Did it for us last year.
Number 8, number 15, Michael Martin's number 8, number 15, Lane Looney. Back to receive the punt. Nettleton punting from their 39. High spiral. That's a beautiful punt. Fielded at the 8-yard line. And he is wrapped up at the 20, and that is number 7, Charles Moore, with the tackle. That was a beautiful punt right there.
Great job. The only thing we could have asked for, just a little more hang time to get our coverage down there, but to hold that to 10 or 12-yard return is excellent.
Fielded at the 8, that'll be a 12-yard, 13-yard return, if my Nettleton mathematics is correct. 10:43 to play in the first quarter, and Pocahontas has already done what Gosnell was only able to do one time last week, and that is keep this Raider offense from the end zone. Campbell on the carry, and Charles Moore with a big hit. That's going to be a loss. Cameron Scarlett also over there, and that'll be a loss of 3, we'll call it, second down and 13.
Yeah, a lot of times we call that a speed sweep. Out of a formation we refer to as Jordan, and that's one of the staples for Pokey.
Little jet sweep right there, and I believe the turf tripped up C.J. Palmer. That's going to be another loss, and it's going to be third down, and we'll call it 14 is what it looks like to me, Coach. Third and 14. Third and long anyway for the Redskins.
I think you're pretty accurate with that call. See what the coaches do with this, if they're going to throw or just try to play it safe down here in this territory.
From the gun, Dawson Chester. He is throwing out in the flats. Pass is complete. He is, that is number 8,
and
Michael Martins.
There's a flag thrown out there too, Craig.
Maybe. I believe that is a face mask. Let's see what the call is. And if it's a 5-yard variety, it still may be short of a first down. Is that correct, Coach? 15-yard will automatically be a first down. Personal foul, face mask against the Raiders, and that's one of those penalties that hurts you right there on third and long.
They're not really doing a lot of they've left it in one thing now. They're penalizing it all the same, last recollection I had.
Okay, no more of the 5-yard variety.
No more judgment on that. It's just, here we go.
Face mask is a 15-yard penalty.
15 is what I understand.
It'll be first and 10 for the Redskins from the 40-yard line. Chester in the gun to pass again. Pass is complete. Number 15, Lane Looney. He is knocked out of bounds after a gain of 4. Cornell Jackson in on the stop for the Raiders. Second down and a long 6. Kimball from the left to the left side. Tackle led by Nettleton's number 1, Jaquan Dent. Gain of, we'll call it 3. It'll be third down and 2 for Pokey. Another big third down here in the early going. 9:06 remaining in the first quarter. Chester from the gun. Gives to Kimball up the chute. He is hit by Charles Moore, but he's able to keep his legs churning, and he's got enough for a first down. First down, Pocahontas. That is their.
That was the power play off the zone, and Pocahontas got some great movement out of that.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the Raider 48. Chester passes out in the flats, and that is Cameron Scarlett on the tackle. And evidently that was technically a lateral. We'll call that a rush rather than a pass completion. No gain on the play regardless. It's 2nd down and 10. Chester from the gun. Running to his left. And he's got a little bit of running room. He's got the first down and then some at the 20, at the 10, and that's where he will be brought down by Des Mitchell after a big gain, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Redskins.
That was a great job. You saw his strength and how he's improved right there.
39 yards.
39 yards on the run for the quarterback, Chester. And his first down and goal from the 9. Chester gives number 32 up the middle, and he bulls his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. That is Brian Lim, the senior running back. 5'7", 161 pounds, but he ran the ball like a back a whole lot bigger than that right there.
Oh, yeah.
Good, tough run.
Just downhill, straight at us, and some power football. Cutting our splits down and coming off and getting under us.
Coach Dave Williams would be proud of that.
Old Dave, he sure would.
Standout hard work for a clear track team.
The point after is up and good as number 64, Ethan D. Young, kicks it through, and with 8:02 remaining in the first quarter, the Redskins draw first blood. It's 7-0, and that was an impressive drive there by Pocahontas, Coach.
Well, their strategy coming out, to defer and give us the ball and shut us down gave them some confidence. But the big play was back here on 3rd and 14, where we get the face mask penalty, and you got to eliminate those errors because that's what kept the drive alive.
Penalties will kill you, and they did on that drive for the Raiders. So Pocahontas strikes first, 7-0, the score, 8:02 remaining. The Raiders will send the kickoff return team back out. Terrell Rogers, who had an excellent return to start the game, and Josie Perkins.
You may see one on the ground here or skied up a lot shorter. I think Chris Moss, secondary coach with the kicking game, it looks like he may be moving them up just a little bit.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, the chances of them kicking it deep again, maybe not very good.
That'll make
Jackson
it hard
Nichols.
to hold or, handle.
Nichols to kick, and it looks like he kicked it right to Terrell Rogers again. Taken at the 23, Rogers makes a move, sidestepping one would-be tackler, brings it out to the 39-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10.
Well, Clint Wilson does a great job with this offense, and after he gets a series or so under his belt, starts getting a feel for what they're going to be doing, what they're throwing at him, I feel like you'll start seeing a little more consistency moving the ball. First series was tough.
7:55 remaining in the first quarter. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Nathan Young in the backfield. Kate Carter from the gun. The give is to Nathan Young, and Nathan bulls forward for a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Good job by that Redskin defensive line holding there.
There are. They're strong, and they match up with us real well.
Gain of 3, actually. It's 2nd down and 7. Carter and Young in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd down and 7. Carter's going to throw. Pass is intended and almost picked off. Incomplete. Intended for number 15, Devin Alexander. Michael Martins, number 8, with the breakup. And, Coach, we're fortunate that we still got the ball right now.
Very fortunate. Martins made a great break on the ball. Got to get that ball out just a little bit quicker.
3rd down and 7. Carter from the gun, and we're going to.
That's encroachment right there.
I like 3rd and 3 a lot better than 3rd and 8.
You sure do. It's awful nice to move the ball without having to run the ball, move it, throw it, or anything. So.
Good hard count there by Cade Carter.
I like another hard count right here on top of that.
Scoreboard says 3rd and 3. I'm calling that 3rd and 2. And it looks like Cameron Scarlett has checked into the game at quarterback. And that's one thing that Coach Wilson likes to do, run that.
The Wildcat mentality.
Run that sophomore out there. Line is stacked to the right. Cameron running hard. He gets the 1st down. That young man just will not be denied. Makes it out.
It looked like the defensive end was encroaching on that one, or else he's keying the ball awful fast. It's hard for me to tell.
He did leave a little bit early. We are in agreement up here in the press box, and they did not call it. Good news, the result is a Raider 1st down. Cade Carter, the senior signal caller, back in behind center. As the first down for the Raiders. 2 backs in the backfield. Josie Perkins goes in motion. Give is to Nathan Young off right side. He had a hole, but he coughed up the ball. Thankfully, he scooped it himself and then stumbled out of bounds. Flag on the play. It's going to be holding against the Raiders. And penalties has been a problem for us so far tonight, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty from
the spot, wherever.
From the spot of the foul,
which is with the flag. A lot of times the official go lay it down from where it was.
Must have happened about a yard behind the line of scrimmage because it's going to be 1st down, and we'll call that 21. Carter in the backfield, Nathan Young back there with him, and that's going to be another.
He went across again.
Another offsides right there. And
Coach Beatty and his staff probably get that correct. He's got to have his eyes on the football. You cannot be going on the sound.
That is Brian Lim, who is jogging to the sidelines. Get a little motivational talk. Cade Carter from the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on the far side. That's Devin Alexander. Nathan Young in the middle. Carter to throw. Pass is complete to the outlaw, Josie Perkins. Josie Perkins at the 20, at the 10. Touchdown, Raiders. Cade Carter to Josie Perkins, and that's a big play right there, 53 yards.
And you saw his speed. I didn't know he could run like that. He is a very, very welcome addition to this. And, had one guy miss a tackle. You can't do that.
You miss a tackle out there in the flats, a lot of times the result is 6, but there is a flag on the play. In my excitement, I missed the laundry down here. Ineligible receiver downfield against the Raiders, and that's going to bring back that touchdown.
Well, I thought we were set right. Somebody must have been covered. I don't feel like one of the linemen got down there, but sometimes that youth and excitement, that can happen too. So,
in any event, it nullifies the touchdown. It's still 7-0. Redskins with the lead with 6:17 to play in the first quarter. Already 7 penalties, and what is starting out as a sloppy game. Carter behind the gun. Give is to Nathan Young. Nathan running to his left. He's got a little bit of room. Across the 50, across the 40.
Great job.
Good run there by Nathan, and he's going to be close to the first down, Coach.
I tell you, they run the counter right there. He closed up, and he bounced outside and did a super job.
19 yards.
Gain of 19 for the man they call Nasty Nate, and it is 2nd down and 1 for the Raiders. When it's 1st down and 20, it's good to get a 19-yard run.
Big plus. Now would be a good time to bounce that count a little bit.
Carter with Young in the backfield. Give to Young, straight up the middle, and Nathan just almost busted that one. Looks like he may have tripped over one of his linemen there.
Yeah, 61 with the tackle.
That's Jacob Tarpley, we'll give credit the tackle for right there.
I tell you, that kid's amazing. His size,
He really is.
but he's got the heart and the mentality
Yes.
to be a great player.
He really is. Jacob Tarpley is outstanding young man, and he's, along with the rest of the offensive line, a major reason why these guys are getting big yardage. Nathan Young up the middle, gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Might want to get him off the field now.
Brought down by number 14, Rob Mason.
He's on fumes.
Nathan Young getting a little bit of a breather. They've been running Terrell Rogers out there, sort of the change of pace back, if you will. 2nd down and 8.
You got somebody lined up. Josie's lined up way in the backfield here.
Little jet sweep. The outlaw Josie Perkins, the right side. He bounces out. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's within the 14-yard line, and there's going to be another flag down on that. Let's see what the call is. He gained plenty of yardage for a 1st down, but let's see what the referees say.
It looks like it has to be a face mask.
We're hoping for a face mask up here in the Nettleton Television broadcasting booth.
Come on, white hat signal.
And the man in the white hat, personal foul, face mask against Pocahontas. So that face mask goes against the bad guys, and it's going to put the Raiders inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal. Looks like at about the 7-yard line, Coach.
You're right. We are on the 7.
18 yards on the run.
18 yards on the run there for the outlaw Josie Perkins. Cade Carter from the gun. Terrell Rogers in the backfield with him. Devin Alexander out wide right. Josie Perkins in motion. This time the give is Terrell Rogers, and he is hit at about the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by number 14, Rob Mason.
Tackled by number 14, Rob Mason. Bring up 2nd down for the Raiders.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go. 5 minutes remaining here in the 1st quarter. Pocahontas up 7. Cade Carter, senior quarterback.
Plenty of time. Don't have to be in a rush.
Nathan Young in the backfield with him. 2 receivers out left.
Yep, we jumped again.
Little pass is complete to Nathan Young. Touchdown Raiders, but there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be illegal shift against the Raiders. Another touchdown taken away by penalties. That's the 2nd time this drive, Coach.
Well, we're still down there. We have an opportunity to score. We're going to be backed up, though.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from the, should be from the 13, but
They marked it from the
it's actually on the 11, it looks like.
4-yard mark off on that one.
You don't see many 4-yard penalties in this game. 2nd down and goal. Carter in the backfield. Nathan Young there with him. Carter back to pass. Looking to his left. Looking to run. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and that's where he is hit hard there by number 8, Michael Martins. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal. I thought Carter might have hit the end zone on that one.
I thought he might too, but we need to get him to slide a little bit and not take those hits like that.
You don't like to see your quarterback getting hammered like he just was. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line.
Y'all definitely can't snap it.
Little bit of confusion, and that's a good timeout there by the Raiders as they had a couple of guys not really knowing which way was up right there. Timeout Nettleton. I tell you what, we're going to take it with them. We'll let you hear from one of our great sponsors. With 3:57 remaining in the first quarter, the Redskins up 7, but the Raiders threatening. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears as a parent that, oh my gosh, the school that I'm going to pick, it's going to determine their future and everything else. You know, it's a big choice that you have because you want to make sure you're going to put them in a school where they can continue their whole journey. I'm really super glad we started at Nettleton. It was relief that we had found a school where we felt comfortable sending our child. I felt like any situation he'd get put into, he would be able to succeed.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field where Nettleton has the ball 3rd down and goal to go from the Pocahontas 6-yard line. Raiders trailing by 7, looking to tie it up here with 3:57 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton has had 2 touchdowns called back on penalties. Carter looking to his right. He's got a man over the middle. Devin Alexander makes the catch. Touchdown Raiders. 6-yard pass reception. Carter to Devin Alexander, and there ain't no flags.
Thank goodness.
I had 2 guys open on that play.
Well, we overloaded the left side of the formation and drew a lot of attention there, and then ran the dig route backside, and great throw and a great catch.
Nathan was wide open on that play, too. Line up with the goal.
Michael Golden coming in to attempt the extra point. He was 9 for 10 last week in the PATs. Had his final one blocked, and that's the only thing that kept us from hanging 70 on Gosnell. Kyle Tolley with the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That ties the game with 3:52 remaining in the first quarter. We are all tied up at 7, and, Coach, that's exactly what the Raiders needed right there, a good drive to put the end zone.
You know, we've got a really good kicking game. And I felt like we could get some points out of it, but the touchdown is vital. That's what we have to have.
Touchdown ties it up, and as you mentioned, we have a very good kicking game. This young man, Michael Golden, strong leg, very accurate, and in high school football, that's not all that common.
No, and it's been fun to watch Michael, grow and get stronger and work. I know his father spent a lot of time with him. The coaches have. He's been to some camps, and I'm not mistaken, he's already got an offer to go play. I'm not sure where, but
He's the team's lone 3-year starter.
As our colleague Sean Saunders said, he's the team's lone 3-year starter. And he is a dandy. He is kicking it off after the Cade Carter pass to Devin Alexander. And the Michael Golden PAT ties things up. 3:52 remaining in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7. High end over end kick, fielded at the 4-yard line. Number 25 bulls his way. That's Derek Kimball, the running back, and he gets good return yardage on that, a return of about 20 yards or so, and it'll be 1st and 10 Redskins from their own 25-yard line. First and 10 for the Redskins. Chester running left side, and he is tackled by Charles Moore. That'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and a long 8 for the Redskins. We'll call that a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Coming back out in that 4-man quad set again, and that's usually been a quarterback run.
Pass complete to number 15. He's trying to find a little bit of running room. Good tackle there by Nettleton's Des Mitchell. Short gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for Pocahontas.
That's what, in the old days, Craig, we called that a flash screen. I'm not sure what all these young coaches are calling it now.
That's what Coach Don Riggs might have called it.
Yeah, well, I even learned that when I was in college for a while.
3rd down and long. Pass is complete, and that'll be good for a 1st down as he's down about the 38-yard line. We'll say we'll look at that spot. Jaquan Dent
got to be underneath that, and he didn't quite get there.
That's number 2, Jackson Nichols, on the 1st down reception. And Pocahontas, they've proven they've been able to move the chains against the Raiders. Give is to Kimball, straight up the middle. Tackle made by Charles Moore. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. This Pocahontas team is for real, Coach. They manhandled Valley View in their scrimmage, and they beat a good Batesville Southside team last week. So they have tasted nothing but success.
Without a doubt.
Last year, Nettleton able to beat them 31-0, and it is a different story so far here tonight.
No, it's 19.
Chester's pass complete to number 19. That's Kanan Fletcher, and that's another 1st down for Pocahontas.
It's always fun to watch these kids, and from both sides of the ball here, they got another year. They're all getting better, you know.
A lot of youth on Nettleton's side for sure.
Mm-hmm. Chester
from the gun, back to pass. The ASU baseball commit going deep, and it's incomplete. And he really was flashing that arm, showing off that strong throwing arm intended for number 8, Michael Martin's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Did a good job of covering that free safety, and the corner overlapped. Did a good job with it.
72 in the quarterback hurry.
Nettleton's Ryan Crawford, another one of the talented sophomore linemen with the quarterback hurry. 2nd down and 10. Chester gives to Kimball, running right side. Shoestring tackle made by Cornell Jackson, and that will be a gain of, we'll call it 4, 3rd down and 6. Need one of these 3rd down stops. Of course, I would say right now, Coach, they're probably in what they call 4 down territory.
Could be. Depends on their philosophy. You know.
We tackle him for a big enough loss. It'll. Well, he is hit hard. And there is the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be roughing the passer against Nettleton. Number 7, Charles Moore, is there with the big hit. And, Coach, maybe you saw something I didn't see. That looked like a good, clean football play.
I thought it was pretty clean myself. It was, about the time he released the ball, it's hard to understand.
One thing
I thought it was okay.
One thing I do understand is another big break for Pocahontas. A personal foul penalty marches them 15 yards, and what would have been 4th down is now 1st and 10 at the Raider 28-yard line. Tough break for the Raiders.
One big run by Chester that one time. They've been chipping at us and nickel and diming us, but we've been giving up the big plays with penalties.
Flag on the play. The man in the white hat says it's offsides against Nettleton. So it'll be a replay of 1st down from 5 yards closer to the 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 5 for Pokey. 1 minute and 2 seconds to play.
7th penalty for Nettleton this quarter.
And that is the 7th penalty for the Raiders this quarter. Nettleton bringing the rush from the right side, and Pocahontas beating it. It'll be a touchdown, Redskins. Number 25, Derek Kimball, broke a couple of tackles, and a good nifty run there by Derek Kimball.
Did a great job, with those 2 missed tackles. That's what hurt us.
22-yard run, 23-yard run, thanks to our colleague from the Jonesboro Sun, Sean Saunders, for for the assist in the press box tonight. Also want to say a shout-out to Ryan Bell and a shout-out to our great friends at Consolidated Insurance for sponsoring the broadcast tonight. The PAT is good as somehow the ball made it over the crossbar, and it will be a 14-7 lead. Pocahontas, 54 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Coach, the Raiders in a lot of ways have been outplaying Pocahontas, just penalty at the most inopportune times.
That's a big mistake. We've got to eliminate those to be able to come back and win this ball game. Maybe we'll settle down and, some of these jitters, first home game of the year, and the crowd and everything has got them a little too pumped.
It's a very good crowd here, the Nettleton Raider faithful. Everybody excited about football season, and there's just nothing like Friday night football. Big home crowd, cheerleaders cheering, band playing, old friends meeting. Raider football, it's the place to be in Nettleton, Arkansas tonight, I promise you. Raider Field. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter, 54 seconds to play. Pocahontas with a 14-7 lead over the Raiders.
Would be interesting to see how much yardage we've given up on those 7 penalties.
I bet you I know a guy who can tell us here pretty quick. 60 yards penalties. 7 penalties, 60 yards. Hopefully that ball looks like it's going out of bounds.
That's more of what I thought I would see, but he's got to get it up.
Looked like it went out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Of course, they throw a flag. I guess it's technically an illegal procedure penalty, and Nettleton has the option of taking it on the 35-yard line. That's what they're going to do, 1st and 10 from their own 35.
No, from there it's where it goes out of bounds,
Okay.
Craig.
So I stand corrected again. It'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from, I thought it went out about the 39. The referee looks like he is saying the 42. I like his spot better than mine. We'll go with his.
All for that.
1st and 10 from the 42. Carter gives to Nathan Young, right side. Nathan he is slammed down like a fireman's carry suplex over there by the Redskin defender, Brian Lim.
The way they're playing with the cornerback, we were in a trip set with just the tight end, and he was like a rover-type linebacker out there, nobody to block him.
1 painful yard gained by Nathan Young. It's 2nd down and 9. In motion is Josie Perkins. Carter looking to throw. Little screen is complete to Terrell Rogers, and a good shoestring tackle over there by Pocahontas' number 14, Rob Mason. That prevented a big gain. As it is, the Raiders gain 5. We'll call it 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, had a real good chance to score on that one if kid just did a super job.
Rob Mason with a tackle that saved a touchdown for the Redskins, and that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Pocahontas 14, Nettleton 7. We want to say a great big thanks to Consolidated Insurance for sponsoring the broadcast. We have a lot of other sponsors, and we'll let you hear from one of them here in the break. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls. That's right, a place where the food comes flying to you, and it's good enough to eat. Front Page Cafe is also famous for our all-you-can-eat pass-arounds that come with every lunch or dinner. Lunch specials start at just $6.99. That includes a meal, flying rolls, and all the pass-arounds you can eat. So get your next home-cooked meal at Front Page Cafe. And don't forget, we've got the best old-fashioned breakfast in town. Front Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field on a hot, late summer night. But any night's a good night for high school football, if you ask me, especially if you're like Coach Pat Massey and I up here in the air-conditioned comfort of the press box.
No skeeters.
No mosquitoes.
No skeeters.
No heat. It's a great place to be. As the second quarter starts, it's 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders as Nettleton trying to tie this ball game here on their first drive in the second quarter. Charles Moore with the pass completion, but I think they might have been better off if it was incomplete. It is a tackle. He's tackled immediately by number 8, Michael Martins. Short loss on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 8. Cade Carter staying out on the field, and I saw him loosen his leg up like he was about to punt the ball. So I guess evidently we've got 2 punters. Cameron Scarlett
There you go.
punted the first one, and Cade Carter to.
A little reminiscent of the Bear Bryant quick kick days, but we're not trying to hide it. And we could always possibly fake it here, but I really doubt we'd do it.
Well, we decided to call a timeout and talk it over, so let's take it with them. You are with 11 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Your score, Pocahontas 14, Nettleton 7. You're watching Raider football on NTV. And we welcome you back to Nettleton Raider Field. 4th down and 7 for the Raiders. Bad snap. Nice snare there by Cade Carter. A high end-over-end punt. And it is fielded. It is cuffed up. And let's see who has it. I believe Pocahontas, the return man, is able to recover his own fumble. And that is the case. I think it's number 15. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lane Looney. And, Coach, that's a risky. That's one of those things that turns the coach's hair gray right there.
I'm surprised he didn't try to fair catch that thing.
Yeah, he was trying to catch it and advance it, and it just almost bit the Redskins. And that would have been
we needed that break.
A welcome break for sure. So far, all the breaks have been going Pocahontas' way. Pocahontas gets the stop. Chester in the backfield. Give to Kimball up the middle, and he is swarmed by the proverbial host of Raiders. It looks like Justin Livingston leading the tackle. Gain of 1. It's 2nd down and 9.
Picked up a yard. It will be 2nd and 9 for the Pocahontas Redskins.
Pocahontas, fast-paced offense. Chester with the
great job
carry. And that is he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Nettleton's number 78, Justin Livingston. Unfortunately, the flag is flying. Let's see what they call that. Personal foul against Nettleton.
Unnecessary roughness, that's weak.
Unnecessary roughness is what they're calling that, Coach. And
well, if it was on Justin, it was totally uncalled for. He just played the game.
just a good hard tackle is what that was.
But I'm not sure.
I know.
Who was number 7, Craig? He was.
7 is Moore, Charles Moore.
Like holding his hands up like maybe they were talking to him or something. I don't know.
Is that going to be all right for you? Okay. Got a man open down the sideline, and the pass is incomplete. He was juggling as he went out of bounds. Pass intended for number 5, C.J. Palmer, and he, to tell you the truth, that was almost a big gain right there. He hit him perfectly in stride. Palmer just unable to come down with it, and we dodged the bullet right there, Coach.
Dawson does a great job with the long ball, the short ones, the quick releases. And again, they're attacking our youth out on the corner.
2nd down and 10 for the Redskins. Chester run up the middle. Little quarterback draw right there. Cornell Jackson on the stop. After a gain of 5, it'll be 3rd down and 5. And, Coach, it seems like these 3rd down and long type situations, 3rd and 5 or more, is when we've been shooting ourselves in the foot after a good stop.
Most of the night.
Let's see if we can get a stop right here. 3rd and 5 for the Redskins. The give is to Kimball, and he is tackled short of the first down. Leading the tackle for Nettleton is number 50. That's Carlavian Williams.
Watch the hard count here.
It'll be 4th down and 2 for Pokey.
I cannot believe it.
And they are going
They
for
don't
it.
get this.
I believe it might be the
They'll
old
try to draw us maybe, and if that doesn't work, we'll be all right.
no play timeout punt it maybe.
Dawson looks like he's dropping back.
Well, they give it the quarterback on the keeper running to the left. He stumbles.
Good.
A lot of pressure there by
There's
number
the break
3,
we needed right there.
Des Mitchell. Chester saw Des Mitchell and said, I think I'll take a little tumble to the ground right here. Turnover on downs, 1st down Raiders, and that's a big stop that we needed, Coach.
That ghost linebacker outside really helped us out with that.
Yes, we'll take it. I've heard of ghost runners in wiffle ball, but I've never heard of a ghost linebacker before.
Well, we actually you see them on these turf fields every now and then. They just show up.
I've heard the ghost of Raider Gym, too, not the ghost of Raider Field. So the Raiders take over in good shape. Pocahontas rolling the dice, and it bites them right here. Nettleton 1st and 10 on the 46.
Just speed up a little bit. They're flipping their front in this Okie look.
Carter back to pass, going for Devin Alexander.
Nice
It's
touch.
complete. 1st down Raiders, 1st and goal, and he throws a flag after the play. Looks like it may be a face mask against Pocahontas. Great throw by Kate Carter. Good catch by Devin Alexander.
Beautiful pass. Great catch.
Well, he just dropped it right in the bucket right there. And just a great football play by number 10 and number 15. Good backyard football, just a go route on the outside, and boy, he hit him in stride. Let's see what that penalty is. It's going to be personal foul.
37 yards on the completion.
Called it a horse collar.
Horse collar tackle, not a face mask, but a horse collar tackle against Pocahontas. That will be half the distance to the goal, and the Raiders with the chance with 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Raiders with a chance to tie this game up.
5 yards on the penalty.
Carter from the gun, Nathan Young in the backfield with him.
That was a 37-yard completion.
37-yard completion from Carter to Alexander. The give is to Nathan Young. Nathan running left side,
Great
shucks
job.
a couple of tackles, gets into the end zone. Touchdown Nathan Young, touchdown Raiders. 4-yard touchdown. Good hard running there by number 33.
Did a super job, and that's again the break we need. There were 3 guys right there.
And so we have a player down. It looks like it's a Pocahontas Redskin who is down.
Contact with Nathan Young on that run.
That's number 32, Brian Lamb.
Touchdown run earlier.
He is the man who's got the scoring started with a touchdown run. He's made a couple of big tackles out there, too. That young man is a player, and we sure hope that he is okay out there. And on a night like tonight, you hope it's just a cramp, and that's all we're hoping for Brian Lamb. He's up quick and looks like he's walking
Got some
off.
kind of a stinger or a bell ringer or something. That's definitely not a cramp.
Well, we hope that he is back on the field in a hurry, and we wish Brian Lamb the best. Glad that he's not hurt any worse than he is. And he is making his way to the sideline. Michael Golden is making his way to the field to try to tie this ball game up with a point after kick. 9:06 remaining in the first half. Pocahontas up by 1, 14-13. Michael Golden trying to tie it up for the Raiders. The hold by Kyle Tolley is down, and it is up and good as Michael Golden is perfect 2 for 2 on the night, and that ties us up 14-14 with 9 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the first half. And Coach, that drive was set up by a decision, a gamble by the Pocahontas coaching staff to go for it in Nettleton territory, and it came back to bite
It was
them.
a poor decision. You're on your side of the field by 3 yards. You're up by 7, and I don't know. That can go either way as far as speaking of telling your team you believe in them. But, we have all these analytics now in baseball. Well, we need to start carrying that over to football. That was not – analytically, that was not a good call.
Would have been better to punt.
Definitely.
It worked out good for the Raiders, however, as we've got ourselves a tie ball game, and what has been, it's not been a pretty game. It's been, on the contrary, it's been a very sloppy game. A lot of penalties. The last time that Sean gave us the numbers, I believe it was 7 penalties for the Raiders for over 60 yards.
And just that was in the first quarter.
Eight penalties for 75 right now.
Now it's 8 for 75 yards, and a couple of those penalties negated touchdowns for the Raiders. And it's just been a series of unfortunate events for the good guys, but hopefully we got all that behind us and we'll settle down. And
over 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Let's see it happen.
Maybe we'll play
13 combined penalties for 100 yards in this game.
13 combined penalties for over 100 yards. So it's been a sloppy game, which you might expect here in the early going of the season. Michael Golden kicks the ball into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Pocahontas will take over 1st and 10 on their 20. Good to have a kid who can kick it in the end zone like that.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's great when you can just put it on the 20 and let's go.
Coach, I hear a lot of people talking about making football safer. One of the things I've heard bandied about is eliminating the kickoff. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I haven't really given that a whole lot of thought. That's something that is newer that has come up in the last few years. Personally, I'm kind of old school. I'd hate to see it go.
You may tell you what I think about it?
Let me know.
I'm against it. Kimball running the left side. He dodges. It gets a good block on the outside there, and Cornell Jackson brings him down. Good block, and that sprung him. That's a first down, Pocahontas.
Well, our outside backer came up and took the blocker up square instead of working outside and cutting him back into his help and let him get the edge. In our defense, the outside backers have got to contain. That's their number one priority, and not worry so much about making play. They've made a play if they turn it in.
17 yards on the carry.
17 yards on the gain. Chester from the gun gives to Kimball right side, and that time they got containment, and Charles Moore with the tackle. You see what happens, just like you were saying, Coach. It'll be a short loss on the play. Is no gain on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 10. Just a short loss, but 2nd down and long for the Redskins. Rolling left is Chester.
That's it. Smart.
Got
good.
a man open.
That's short.
That's number 5, C.J. Palmer. He's tackled by Jaquan Dent. Short of the first down. Big hit there by Jaquan Dent. It'll be 3rd down and a long one. We could even call it 3rd down and 2. Let's see if the defense can get another big stop right here. Chester from the gun. He gives to Kimball up the middle. Looks like he has enough for the first down. Just gets the first down. Cornell Jackson on the stop.
We were having trouble getting set then. We were walking around, had a couple of people out of position.
And Pocahontas with their hurry-up offense made us pay for that. Got just enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the the Pocahontas 48-yard line. Chester in the backfield. Fast-paced offense. He's running to his right, back to his left. He makes a cut, gains some positive yardage inside Raider territory. He's tackled by Nettleton's Stephen Williams. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Seven minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first half. Pocahontas with the ball driving. They're just inside Nettleton territory. Be great for the Raider defense to stiffen up right here.
Need a turnover.
Pass complete out in the flats. A missed tackle, and that is going to be close to a Redskin first down. That is Lane Looney, the receiver who caught the ball, and looks like they are marking it about 3 yards. Well, actually, that's going to be a first down. First down for Pocahontas. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 42. Chester passes to the left. complete. And Pocahontas is number 5. That's C.J. Palmer. Scurries for about 7. It'll be second down and 3. Tommy Scarborough on the stop. Well, actually, they bring it back about the 42-yard. That's actually a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 for the Redskins. Chester gives to Kimball. He's got a little bit of running room right side. Tackle made by Nettleton's number 22, Stephen Williams. Gain of 4. It'll be third down and 1. Pocahontas is showing that they're able to effectively run the ball on this drive.
They've made a good decision with this hurry up. We're not getting lined up, and I'm not sure we're getting all our calls in.
Kimball bounces outside. It looks like he's made it past the first down marker down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down Redskins. And again on the tackle for Nettleton, Stephen Williams. Moses Williams also in on the stop. It'll be first and 10 Redskins at the Raider 30-yard line.
Well, this isn't the fastest hurry-up offense that you'll see, but it is quick enough that we're not prepared, and it's hard to simulate in practice.
Chester running to his left, and he is tackled in the backfield. Flags flying, but Charles Moore making the top tackle in the backfield. Wrestles him down. Flag on the play, and
It could possibly be a face mask.
could be a horse collar as well.
It looked like that could have been hold, too.
I would prefer a hold, and it is a hold. The holding the call against Pocahontas. We were up here gloom, doom, despair, and agony on me. Sean Saunders from the beginning was like, that's a hold. That's going against Pocahontas. Sean is the only objective sports journalist up here. Coach Massey and I, we're rooting for the Raiders. We're not making any bones about it. Apologies to our friends from Pocahontas who are watching it. We'll try not to be annoying with it, but both of us draw our paychecks from Nettleton. So
Exactly, and I'm old enough that, I'm old enough it doesn't make that big a difference to me.
It is first down and 22 after a 12-yard penalty. 10-yard penalty. 12-yard penalty, 10 yard from the spot. Chester back to pass. It is complete on the right side. Tackle made by Cornell Jackson. That's Lane Looney. Those little quick passes. We're seeing an awful lot of those out there in the flats.
But, we're getting a little penetration. If we get our hands up, we change the trajectory of the ball. It's going to be harder for them to catch and beneficial to us.
We'll call it about second down and 17. Chester
So far as 12 yards.
running to his left, looking for a man downfield. He throws it out of bounds, and given the circumstances, that's probably a pretty smart play right there, Coach. It'll bring up third down and 18.
Pocahontas' longest completion of the game so far is 12 yards.
Pocahontas just nickel and diming us tonight. Their longest pass of the game, 12 yards. Third down and 18, and I believe that's a timeout taken by the Redskins with 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 14. We'll take the break with them. You are watching Raider football on NTV.
Terry Gray, rice farming isn't a profession, it's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field, where with 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half, we're all tied up at 14. Pocahontas has the ball, third down and 18 from the Nettleton 38-yard line. Nettleton has stopped Pocahontas numerous times tonight on third down and long, only to shoot themselves in the foot metaphorically and give Pocahontas a first down. Let's see if Nettleton can cleanly stop them here on 3rd and 18. The Arkansas State University baseball commit, the quarterback Chester, back to pass. Throws over the middle, and it is in the hands and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That's number 8, Michael Martins, and a good break for the Raiders. It'll be 4th down and 18, and, Coach, I have a feeling they're going to go for it right here instead of punt.
They may do it with this amount of time.
Well, it's like the punting crew.
But again, it's a tied ball game. You know, I think, well, Coach Beatty, I think, learned last time, even though it was more questionable than this time, let's don't take that opportunity because we can score so quickly.
Looks like some type of a punt for me. Yeah, there we go. The upbacks are there, and here comes the punter. That looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that's number 8, Michael Martins. Well, it's a little trickeration right there. The fake punt was snapped to the upback. He lateraled it to the punter, and it was sniffed out by the Raiders. The fake punt unsuccessful, so he did go for it on 4th and down.
Analytics, baby, you're still.
-9 yards.
Now we have 5 minutes to have a chance to score.
And there's a lot better chance of scoring when you're starting from the 47-yard line than if you were starting from within the 10, which is probably where they would have been if he would have went ahead and punted the ball.
I mean, as mistake-prone as we have been tonight, make us move the ball down the field, hoping that we'll make a mistake to stop ourselves. This is a definite plus for us.
5 minutes and 2 seconds, and the Raiders with an excellent chance to enter the halftime break with the lead. Deep shotgun. Nathan Young way deep. The old pistol formation. Carter back to pass. He's going deep. Stumbling and falling is the intended target, Terrell Rogers. Flags fly. I believe we're going to have some pass interference, defensive holding down there in the secondary.
I think he was held before the ball was released.
Carter going for Rogers, and he stumbled at about the 25-yard line. Let's see what it's pass interference against Pocahontas. And, Coach, you correct me if I'm wrong, but in high school, that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, correct?
From where the ball was started.
Okay. 15-yard penalty, not necessarily an automatic first down. In this case, since it was 1st and 10, it is plenty of yardage for a first down. 4:55 on the clock, all tied up at 14. Nettleton with a little bit of a hurry-up going here. Carter in the backfield with Nathan Young.
There we go.
And a hard count. Once again, we drew him offside. That's been a good play for us tonight, Coach.
Coach Wilson's done a great job. In the game of high school football, if you can vary snap counts, it gives you so much extra yardage.
We've got at least 15 yards on those hard counts here tonight, and that's 15 yards. I promise you, we've needed every one of them.
Both teams now have 8 penalties.
Both teams with 8 penalties. Carter from the gun, looking to his right. Wide open is Josie Perkins, and Perkins has the first down and then some, down to about the 10-yard line. First down, Raiders. Good route, good pass, good gain for the Raiders.
That's the first time that the RPO has worked real well for us.
Good read there by Carter as he pulled the ball back from the breadbasket of Nathan Young and hit the outlaw Josie Perkins in stride. 4 minutes and 43 seconds. 22 yards on the completion, and the Raiders 1st and 10 from the 11. Give up the middle to, actually it's a bootleg. Cade Carter fooled everybody, including me. Touchdown Raiders. Cade Carter with an 11-yard run on the bootleg, and, Coach, the Raiders have their first lead of the ball game.
Well, we've been going with the speed sweep action and the zone off of it time and time again, and now we call a keep. And they bet on all the runs. And now, look, we've scored in about a minute.
4:28 on the
that
clock.
Call on the punt.
Yes. 4:28 on the clock, and a couple of
scored touchdowns on 13 of their first 15 possessions of the season.
And with that touchdown, the Raiders have scored on 13 of their first 15 possessions this season. Tolley with the hold, and that punt is blocked. And there's that man again, Lamb, with the block kick. In high school football, you cannot advance a block kick. So With 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first half, Nettleton with a 6-point lead. And, Coach, it would have been nice to have the extra point, but I'm thankful to go into the to have the lead right now.
Exactly, and let's hope it doesn't come back to haunt us the way this ball game's going. But the left side of our line, we had 2 or 3 guys that did not block down and seal like they needed to.
Yeah, that one is not on Michael Golden for sure.
No, that wasn't on Mike.
Had a similar instance last week, and that is the only reason we didn't score 70 points against Gosnell instead of 69. Was the final PAT was partially blocked off the left side of the line. So pattern developing right there, and that's something for us to work on.
Craig, do you know how many what the percentage of kicking game plays are in a high school, college game, pro game?
No, sir.
Approximately 33%. And so, you know, the kids have got to be sold on. We got to play every play hard. A lot of times, seems like in high school, our kids want to take a play off then and rest, and we can't do that.
Fully 1/3 of the plays.
1/3.
4:28 remaining in the first quarter. Nettleton with their first lead, 20-14. Michael Golden on to kick. Back deep is Michael Martins for the Redskins, and I would think Golden booted into the end zone right here. Actually, he's going to pin them down about the 1-yard line, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their own 20-yard line. Coach, we had something happen last week at the Gosnell game that I don't remember the last time I've seen this. The Pirates just did not cover the kickoff. Mm-hmm. It was it kicked it about the 15-yard line, I guess, and we recovered it. They didn't recover the kickoff, and of course it led to a Raider touchdown. But that's something you don't see every day, man. This is we were right back in action. Redskins Kimball on the run. He runs right up the gut. 5 hard-fought yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Man, they attack the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to see this speed a lot more, especially the rest of this half.
2nd down and 4. 4 minutes on the clock. Pocahontas definitely in their hurry up, trying to put some points on the board before the halftime buzzer sounds. Pass complete. Tackle made by Tommy Scarborough. That's number 5, C.J. Palmer.
Short.
It's going to be just short of the 1st down. Good tackle there by Tommy. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Pocahontas. Maybe we'll stop them and they'll go for it again.
If he does on this one, I'm going to go down and get him.
The old ball coach. Give up the middle to Kimball. He bounces and gets a 1st down. He was hit in the backfield, but second effort he got the 1st down. They will move the chains. Pocahontas down by 6, but they have 2 timeouts. 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining on the clock. And we have thought we might have had somebody a little bit shook up right there, but we are ready.
58, a lineman for Pocahontas is limping off. I think it's his number.
Kimball's already up to 15 carries for 78 yards.
Pass out in the flats is incomplete.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Pick it up. It could have been a lateral, but evidently it was a forward pass. Out there in his grill immediately it was Des Mitchell for the Raiders. Des made a couple of big plays for the Raiders tonight. It's 2nd down and 10. 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining on the clock.
The thing that we have to be careful with is to overlap the top of that because they're going to fake pump and then go deep off of that eventually.
Chester rolls to his right. Pass complete. Pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line is number 19, Kenyon Fletcher. And again, Des Mitchell on the play.
He's kind of limping around.
He is limping around a little bit.
Maybe not a cramp.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Redskins. This time he gives to Kimball. He's running left. Making the stop is Nathan Young, and Nathan comes up hurt right there. Nathan, let's hope that he's all right. Nathan drilled him and immediately reacted like he might have a what they might call a shoulder stinger right there. And, oh, boy, Coach, that's something that we do not want to see, number 33 rolling around on the ground. Our trainer, Ryan, out there looking at him, and he's working on his legs. And Coach,
Let's hope it cramped up.
This may be a cramp.
Let's hope.
Nathan, who's our starting running back, they run him out there on defense. He's an excellent defensive player, but that's the kind of risk you run whenever you have him out there. Hard tackle, and, boy, immediately he was showing signs of being in some pain.
Nathan has been what I call a fragile athlete. He goes hard, plays every down to the best of his ability, and comes up with a lot of injuries.
Coach Hampton there with the St. Bernard staff.
Checking the knee there.
Yes, checking the knee. That is Andy Shatley from St. Bernard Sports Medicine. Andy was a tremendous quarterback here at Nettleton back in the mid-1990s. He's the class of 1994. Former Toronto Blue Jay farmhand and a former Arkansas State Indian quarterback / punter. One of the greatest athletes to ever come through Nettleton, and he is working down there on another great athlete who's playing right now, Nathan Young. And it looks like they're working on his left knee, Coach.
Mm-hmm. They were checking out the stability of it.
I think he's hurt. I think he's done for at least the night. Go to the overload.
Nathan sitting up, and, man, you can hear a pin drop over here in these Nettleton bleachers as the Raider faithful hoping for the best for number 33, Nathan Young. He is up, and that's wonderful news. Kind of steadying himself right now, working on putting some weight on that left knee. Ryan and Andy out there working on him, and he is walking. He's got a brace on that left knee. He might have re-aggravated some sort of a pre-existing injury, but he's making it to the sideline, and let's hope that Nathan is all right. It looks like he's walking all right, Coach. He's a little bit of a limp right there. He's up on the training table. And they're bringing out the chains to measure and see if Pocahontas got the first down. There's 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the half. And he is short by, look like, maybe 6 inches right there, according to the referee's hand signal. And it will bring up 4th down and 1 for Pocahontas. Now, what do you do if you're the Pocahontas coach right here, Coach, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining? Nettleton scored in about a minute their last possession.
Exactly.
Do you punt it? Do you go for it, thinking surely I can get half a foot?
I'm kicking it. It's not worth it. You're down by 6. We're too explosive.
Chester can pick it up.
If you go for it and you're unsuccessful, then Nettleton with plenty of time to.
I'm going to be running over to the other sideline and have a little talk. That's.
It looks like Pocahontas electing to go for it. 4th down and inches. Chester, the quarterback, from the gun, and
What are you doing, white hat?
the man in the white hat is hollering up at us. Was it something we said, Coach?
Don't think so. He's wanting something with the clock.
3:15.
So we're not in trouble.
No, not yet.
All right. Usually I'm the one getting hollered at in situations like
If
that.
they don't get this first down, I might get in trouble. I mean, I'm not for. See, we're so far off the ball.
4th and 1. The give is to Kimball. He's behind the line of scrimmage. He runs to the right, gets plenty enough for a first down. I looked like they might have stopped him back there.
We did. We had him stopped, and he did a good job of sliding, and we missed a couple of tackles. Did a good job. I mean,
Bounced
that's
outside.
what you have to do when you got to have it. You got to have somebody to make a big play with a cut.
3 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock. They'll stop it long enough to move the chains. 3 minutes and 6 seconds now. And ticking. Pocahontas Oh, it's a quarterback sack. Ball is loose. It looks like it's recovered by the Raiders. Yes,
Yep,
Tommy Scarborough. Yes, that's Charles Moore comes running out with the ball. He gets hip bumped by Big Q Lee. That's number 50 who caused the fumble. Carlavian Williams and Charles Moore with the fumble recovery, and that's one of those big breaks we needed, Coach.
You remember the hitch and go I mentioned a while ago?
Yes, sir.
We were trying that down the sideline, and we got pressure on him, had to pull the ball down.
So just like the old ball coach predicted, thankfully the pressure was there, and Carlavian Williams forced the fumble. Charles Moore got the recovery. With 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the half, the Raiders in business. Ball inside Pocahontas territory. Cade Carlton is going to run it himself, and he gets about 5 yards on a quarterback draw. I heard you grunt right there. Does it make you a little bit nervous seeing Cade running the ball?
Don't like seeing a quarterback run too often.
It's 2nd down and 5. Thankfully, Cade is up, and he survived that one. 2nd down and 5 for the Raiders. Ball on the 42. Clock at 2 minutes and 32 seconds. The Raiders do have one timeout. Plenty of time to score here. The give is to Terrell Rogers. Terrell Rogers stiff arms, breaks through another tackle. He gets down to the 31-yard line, and more importantly, he gets out of bounds. Clock stops with 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Terrell Rogers with first down yardage.
We can take some time, run the clock, because we got a good kicker. Definitely can pick up at least a field goal out. I mean, I know we want to score, but we don't have to be in a big hurry or rush with it.
11 tough yards there from Terrell Rogers, who comes in to spell Nathan Young, who just went out with what looked like a left knee injury. They're stretching him out there pretty good. Hopefully Nathan will be back in. Carter on the left side at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Flags down. Cade, touchdown Raiders is the indication, but a flag is down as Cade Carter runs the ball 20 yards for the touchdown. But the flag thrown. And let's see what they say. It sure looks like it's going to go against the Raiders, which would nullify yet another touchdown. By my count, Coach, is third. It's holding against the Raiders. So that will bring back the touchdown. And even though it nullifies the touchdown, it is still a first down. Penalty, I guess it's a spot foul from the point of the defensive hold, or excuse me, the offensive hold.
It was right down around the 5.
So it was 27 yards on the carry.
27 yards on the carry for Cade Carter.
Kyle did a great job on that.
Yeah, good block there. Just a tough break. It's Kyle Tolley with a good block. Cade Carter from the gun. Terrell Rogers in the backfield with him. Looks like that snap might have surprised him. Pass to Terrell Rogers. First down, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Raiders with exactly 2 minutes remaining in the half. Nice pass there by Cade Carter. Just dropped it right in there as he had a little bit of pressure. Do want to say shout out to this offensive line. They have protected Cade Carter well tonight and all season.
Good.
Coach Blake Pitts doing a very good job with these guys. First and goal from the Raider 2. Carter gives to Terrell Rogers. Terrell Rogers left side. Touchdown Raiders. Terrell Rogers with a 3-yard run.
I think that's his first career touchdown rush.
If we are correct up here, our research department from the Jonesboro Sun, Sean Saunders says that's his first rushing touchdown in his career. Came at a good time, Coach. 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining in the first half. The Raiders up 26-14.
Used to be I would be upset for scoring too quick, but I think this kind of puts us in control right here if we'll be patient and continue to get some stops on defense.
The snap unable to be handled there, and Kyle Tolley is tackled well short of the goal line. The 2-point conversion is no good. With 1 minute 56 seconds remaining in the first half, your score is now Nettleton 26, Pocahontas 14. So the Redskins have a minute and 56. You mentioned something just a minute ago. You might have griped at one time for leaving a little bit too much time on the clock. But I guess the idea is score when you can score.
Well, no, and they're doing a good job. They're keeping their tempo. I was always getting upset about taking the tempo away from them, but slow it down because I'm worried about us having to stop them. But our defense has been doing a good job. We've started to catch up with their up tempo a little bit better. One of the biggest problems is our kids are getting a little bit tired defensively, and when Coach Hampton signals in, I don't feel like everybody's getting all the calls like they're supposed to. But, we'll get better as each ball game goes on. And, they're doing a super job. Clint's got a rhythm now with what he's seeing. And I think his being on the sideline and communicating has been a big plus tonight. I don't know how many, if there's any OCs around here that are on the field. Maybe, but I don't know
Coach Clint Wilson, who normally is just a couple of booths down from us, but he's actually down on the sidelines tonight. So, little different look for this Raider coaching staff.
14 of 16 possessions.
How about this stat from Jonesboro's son, Sean Saunders? 14 of 16. 14 of 16 as the ball rolls into the end zone off the foot of Michael Golden for a touchback. 14 of 16, the Raider offense. They've had 16 possessions. They've scored 14 touchdowns.
Well, that's
Coach,
super.
That's pretty good.
That's got to be some kind of a percentage record to this time of the year, especially when you're getting started and you're making mistakes, and we've been shooting ourselves in the foot, but we're still putting points on the board.
1 minute and 56 seconds remaining in the half. Pocahontas with plenty of time to put some more points on the board. The quarterback keeper to the right side, he scrambles for about 7 yards before he is hit hard by Cornell Jackson. Actually, that's a gain of 9. Second down and 1. Minute and 37 seconds and ticking. Chester, the quarterback, he's going to keep it himself, and boy, he is hit hard. Again, Cornell Jackson with a big hit. And Dawson Chester, he's going to
those arms, though.
He's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Yep. The button scares me when it doesn't work too often.
Forward progress gives him a first down, however. A minute and 22 seconds and ticking. Give is to Kimball. He bounces to the right, still looking for some running room, and tackle made over there by Nettleton's Stephen Williams. Called Stephen's name several times tonight. He's made some good plays for us. Stephen is a senior linebacker, 5'5", 175. Has done a nice job for us tonight.
He's stayed in there, didn't get to play a lot the last couple of years, paid his dues, and it's paying off for him.
Boy, he's got a man open, and it is complete, and he makes a move, and it's a race to the end zone, and it's touchdown Pocahontas as Chester's pass complete to C.J. Palmer, and that's a 69-yard touchdown. 69-yard touchdown pass from Chester to Palmer makes the score 26-20, and Coach, what was that you were saying about a little bit too much time on the clock?
Well, I didn't think they would do that well. I knew they overthrew one early, but, boy, that was right on the money, had our cornerback beat. And
that was longer than 12 yards.
Yes, that was much longer than their previous 12 yards, which was their longest pass play. Illegal procedure to call. They'll back it up 5. That's number 64. That's Ethan D. Young, the kicker.
Unsportsmanlike, and they pointed at us.
Oh, okay. So unsportsmanlike conduct against the Raiders. Must have been after the initial penalty. Let's see if we can't sort all this out. The man in the white hat usually will look up here at us and make some gestures. Unsportsmanlike. Well, it looked like he was pointing toward Pocahontas.
Well, the ball has been moved halfway to the goal.
Maybe one of those offsetting penalties, maybe. If you're going to get an unsportsmanlike, Coach, I guess that's the time to get it. The kick is up and good, and with 40 seconds remaining in the half, your score is now Nettleton 26, Pocahontas 21. I don't know about you, Coach, but I like the idea of going in the halftime with a 12-point lead, much more so than a 5-point lead, especially with Pocahontas getting the
analytics of math, Craig. Without a doubt, it'd be nicer to be up like that. But I'm happy to be on the plus side right now. Get in at halftime. Don't do anything silly right now. Make any mistakes, turnover. And go in and let's talk this thing over and communicate, make some adjustments, and come out and play more solid than we have the first half.
Until that 69-yard touchdown pass, the second quarter was all Nettleton. We had scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, and, man, we were poised to go into the second half in good shape. But, hey, credit this Pocahontas team. They did not quit.
No.
They're not rolling over, and a team with – and a school with the tradition of the Pocahontas Redskins, you can bet you're going to be in a battle here.
They do a great job, and I don't want to leave it, make people think that I'm not happy with our offense or what we're doing. We're moving the football and scoring, and doing a great job. I think we're playing decently on both sides of football, but again, Pocahontas is a step above. I feel what we played at Gosnell last week. And a lot of tradition. These kids went through a tough season last year, and you can tell they have been busting it in the weight room. I understand they were coming in early all summer and working and showing their commitment that way.
Well, last year, honestly, they didn't look like they belonged on the field with us a lot of times. It was just kind of a blowout at Pocahontas. Different here tonight is there's just 5 points separating these teams with 40 seconds remaining in the first half. 40 seconds. Let's see what the Raiders can do with that. A little squib kick, and it is fielded by number 21, and that is Orion Pugh, the running back for that stellar junior high team last year. Scored a touchdown last week. I like this guy, this sophomore running back, Orion Pugh.
Opie's got some speed. We called him Opie.
Opie.
We couldn't say Orion Pugh very well, so we called him Opie. But he shared with me during class one day this week, passing in the hall, that he got his first high school touchdown.
He sure did.
He was real excited about it.
He sure did, and it was a great drive for Orion. He had several really good gains during that drive and was able to convert. 34 seconds remaining in the half, so enough time for the Raiders to put some points on the board. This quick strike offense. Cade Carter, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In motion is Josie Perkins. Give to Terrell Rogers. Terrell's got some running room to the right side. He makes it to the 35-yard line, and that's where he is brought down by number 48. That is Stephen Blissenbach, and that's a first down for the Raiders. 25 seconds on the clock. The Raiders do have 1 timeout. The clock stops long enough for them to get the chain set, and the Raiders, they're ready and set at the line of scrimmage. 18 seconds on the clock. Carter drops back over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for number 84, the outlaw Josie Perkins. 10 seconds remaining on the clock.
And we've been penalized again. I didn't see what for.
There is a flag on the play, and I would.
His preliminary signal was against the Nettleton offense.
Let's see if that's a hold hold against Nettleton. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the point of the infraction. Ball on the 46-yard line. Be a 63-yard field goal right here. Is that within Golden's range?
I'd definitely like to see him have a shot at it.
It would have to be some kind of high school record if he had a 63-yarder. I would whistle dead, and it's going to be a timeout. Pocahontas with 1 timeout remaining now after taking that, and Nettleton with 1 timeout. 10 seconds. We got time for 1 play, maybe 2 with the timeout. 10 seconds here in the first half. And we will just we'll keep it right here instead of going to break with them. Our director, Ryan Bell, doing a great job calling all the shots over here and making sure that we stay on air and are able to bring you Raider football here on NTV. We do want to thank our good friends from Consolidated Insurance for helping sponsor this broadcast here tonight. All right, Coach, 10 seconds. Up 26-21, 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. What do we do right here?
Well, it's hard for me to call anything offensively because I've been on the defensive ball for so side. I would go with something short and at least try to get a field goal out of it. I think they're going to probably, as you see right now, they're backing their secondary up. They're going to be playing for the home run, the deep ball. They want to keep everything short and underneath in an intermediate range. So
Cade Carter from the gun trips outright. And it's a short pass, and I believe it bounced. In any event, he was down when he caught it. Incomplete pass, which actually is a good thing for us right there. 7 seconds remaining, 3 ticks off the clock. So not a good play, but at least it didn't take long.
They're putting a lot of pressure on our young line, bringing 4 guys. And if we can protect a little bit and maybe heave it deep, I don't know really what Clint's got up his sleeve right now.
Trips right again out in the flats to Josie Perkins. Josie's got a little bit of running room, and he is tackled at the – he's still on his feet. Goes down at the 21-yard line, and I believe I saw some a yellow flag flying down here about the 45. I don't see anything laying, though. Do you, Coach? That's the end of the second quarter. That's the end of the first half. Blocking the back, that penalty will be declined, and that is how the second quarter ends. So at the end of one half, we got ourselves a shootout here at Raider Field. Thankfully, the good guys are on top right now by the count of 26-21. We're going to take a break here. Going to let you hear from some of our great sponsors who are bringing Nettleton Television Raider football to you, and then we will have the the Consolidated Insurance halftime show right after these messages from our sponsor. You are watching Raider football on NTV.
Collision Repair is celebrating their 40th anniversary. For 40 years, Collision Repair has had your back, getting your repairs done quickly using the best tools and technology. They've been able to keep you updated online throughout the repair process. No matter what the bad guys try, Collision Repair works with your insurance to make sure you don't have
the worst experience possible.
Here's the Collision Repair on their 40th anniversary.
Your friendly neighborhood body shop.
First time you held on to the time you let go. Life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
For Terry Gray, rice farming isn't a profession, it's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
Hey guys, my name is Donovan Todd, or as everybody that was teaching me at my time during Nettleton called me, Donnie Todd. It was all just one word. I graduated from Nettleton. I absolutely love it here. I graduated class of 2012, and I have tons of great memories. I remember playing on the football team in high school, being part of the Black Hole. I think my class was the first year to do a flash mob for us. My class was the first year that Craig Miller came here. And we all know, we'd all have to agree that Craig Miller and NTV is the absolute best part about Nettleton, hands down. So seriously, Craig, when are you going to give me that check for saying that? But I love Nettleton. I love helping any way I can. Sponsoring the NTV broadcast, I think it's a great idea. If you need any help getting a vehicle, or you're interested in looking for a vehicle, feel free to give me a call at any time.
What is America? Is it a bald eagle soaring over a Virginian sunrise?
I'll tell you what America is, brother. America is getting your truck fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories.
Russell's Truck Accessories?
Yeah, Russell's Truck Accessories. They got chrome and aluminum wheels. They got big old mud crawling tires. They got lift kits so you can look down on the vegans and commies in their little compact cars. Russell's Truck Accessories. It's more American than Ronald Reagan playing home run derby with John Wayne.
Russell's Truck Accessories is located on South Stadium in Jonesboro.
God bless America and God bless Russell's Truck Accessories.
Collision Repair is celebrating their 40th anniversary. For 40 years, Collision Repair has had your back, getting your repairs done quickly using the best tools and technology. They've been able to keep you updated online throughout the repair process. No matter what the bad guys try, Collision Repair works with your insurance to make sure you don't have
the worst experience possible.
Here's the Collision Repair on their 40th anniversary.
Your friendly neighborhood body shop.
Front Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls. That's right, a place where the food comes flying to you, and it's good enough to eat. Front Page Cafe is also famous for our all-you-can-eat pass-arounds that come with every lunch or dinner. Lunch specials start at just $6.99. That includes a meal, flying rolls, and all the pass-arounds you can eat. So get your next home-cooked meal at Front Page Cafe. And don't forget, we've got the best old-fashioned breakfast in town. Front Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls.
Hi, I'm Mike Wessel, owner of Hilltop Fitness. I am the former University of Arkansas strength conditioning coach, former Ultimate Fighter contestant, UFC fighter, and Bellator competitor. I offer at Hilltop Fitness many different programs, from kids programs in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kids boxing, and kids strength conditioning and athletic training, as well as adult kickboxing classes and adult Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. If you have any fitness needs or fitness goals, I'm the person to come to. The gym is open 24 hours a day. You can come in anytime, and if you're looking for that extra motivation, that extra push, no matter how bad a shape you're in, we can help you. And if Craig Miller can come to the gym and get in shape, you can do it as well.
Hilltop Fitness, 1712 North Old Greensboro Road, Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Being a Raider is about more than just going to school. They say being a Raider is about our community, about tradition. Kindergarten at Nettleton is about teachers that I love, learning that is fun. It's really about pride in what we do and who we are becoming. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
Hey guys, my name is Donovan Todd, or as everybody that was teaching me at my time during Nettleton called me, Donnie Todd. It was all just one word. I graduated from Nettleton. I absolutely love it here. I graduated class of 2012, and I have tons of great memories. I remember playing on the football team in high school, being part of the Black Hole. I think my class was the first year to do a flash mob for us. My class was the first year that Craig Miller came here. And we all know, we'd all have to agree that Craig Miller and NTV is the absolute best part about Nettleton, hands down. So seriously, Craig, when are you gonna give me that check for saying that? But I love Nettleton. I love helping any way I can. Sponsoring the CNTV broadcast, I think it's a great idea. If you need any help getting a vehicle or you're interested in looking for a vehicle, feel free to give me a call at any time.
So don't forget it.
Mr. Miller lost his voice. No problem. I'll send in the replacements.
Woo! Woo, Daddy Mercy. Mercy, woo, Daddy. Handsome Johnny. How the heck do you edit on this thing?
Mr. McGrew, you're in photo booth.
What? This son of a...
Hey, that's all right. Good try, but I'll take it from here. Raider Pride!
It's justified!
Collision Repair is celebrating their 40th anniversary. For 40 years, Collision Repair has had your back, getting your repairs done quickly using the best tools and technology. They've been able to keep you updated online throughout the repair process. No matter what the bad guys try, Collision Repair works with your insurance to make sure you don't have
the worst experience possible.
Here's the Collision Repair on their 40th anniversary.
Your friendly neighborhood body shop.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hey, Leslie, guess what day it is?
It's game day.
Jalen, how happy are students that go to Nettleton?
I'll say happier than DJ on game day.
Game day!
Be happy, be a Raider. Raider Pride is justified.
For Terry Gray, rice farming isn't a profession, it's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I love that hate the feeling of a great pop.
When I sing my alma mater, I feel it all night long.
I love my school with all my heart and soul.
I know I'm gonna be all right.
Wherever I go.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and
roll. From the first time you held on to the time you let go, life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Front Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls. That's right, a place where the food comes flying to you, and it's good enough to eat. Front Page Cafe is also famous for our all-you-can-eat pass-arounds that come with every lunch or dinner. Lunch specials start at just $6.99. That includes a meal, flying rolls, and all the pass-arounds you can eat. So get your next home-cooked meal at Front Page Cafe. And don't forget...
We welcome you back to this broadcast of Nettleton Television. We're at halftime. The Nettleton Raiders lead Pocahontas 26-21. And now for your viewing, your halftime entertainment, here's a listen at the Nettleton Raider Band. And we want to say great job to the Nettleton Raider Band with a tribute to Aretha Franklin. Very good halftime show, and want to welcome you to our halftime show, the Consolidated Insurance halftime show. We'll run down the scoring summary and the statistical leaders. Here are this 26-21 game at half. Here's how the scoring happened. Pocahontas got things started with a 9-yard run by Brian Lamb. That made the score 7-0 after the point after. Nettleton responded. Cade Carter with a 6-yard pass to number 15, which is Devin Alexander, and that made the score 7-7. Then Pocahontas scored in the first quarter. Kimball with a 28-yard touchdown run. That made the score 14-7. The second quarter was all Nettleton, at least in the early going. Nathan Young with a 4-yard touchdown tied things up 14-14, and then Cade Carter with an 11-yard touchdown run made it 20-14, as the point after was no good. Nettleton's Terrell Rogers, a 3-yard run, made the score 26-14. Again, the point after attempt was no good. And then Pocahontas on a 69-yard touchdown, Chester to Palmer. Point after kick good, and that set the score at 26-21. Before I tell you about the stats, do want to let you know that we've had actually, if you'll turn your attention to the 50-yard line right there, we're honoring some great Nettleton Raiders. We can get our cameraman to zoom in here. Let's see who we're honoring there. Well, I'm not sure who that was, and my apologies. I do know the man that's going out there right now, and that is Andy Shatley. Andy is a distinguished alumni of Nettleton. He is the director of sports medicine at St. Bernard's, and he helps our Nettleton athletes like crazy here at Nettleton. I want to say he helped my daughter out tremendously as she tore her ACL a couple of years ago, got her back on the court. She had a tremendous senior season last year thanks to the efforts of Andy Shatley. Andy's continually giving back to his alma mater. He's down there on the sideline tonight working with our athletes. He was a standout athlete here, a 3-sport star at Nettleton, played professionally, was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays, played professional baseball. Once he got done with that, he came back to his alma mater, to Arkansas State University, his alma mater, and played football there. Was a quarterback and a punter. Outstanding athlete. Just kind of a pillar of the community, salt of the earth type guy, and we are so proud of Andy Shatley here at Nettleton. You talk about great Nettleton athletes, you got to throw out Gene Bradley, maybe the greatest football player who ever played here. You got to talk about Wayne Dorton, another guy who played in the NFL, and you got to mention this guy, Andy Shatley. He's certainly in the top 5. Derek Lawson would be up there. Corey Ragsdale, basketball and baseball. But as far as just an all-around athlete, there's not much better. Of course, the greatest Raider ever, Jerry Rook. He'd be number 1 on anybody's list. But Andy Shatley, definitely top 5 Raider athlete, and he continues to help his alma mater. We want to honor him tonight. Thank you, Andy, for all you do for your school. Thank you for all you do for Nettleton. All right, we got some stats. Before we tell you the stats, do want to say we've got a couple of injuries. Cameron Scarlett, and I wasn't even aware of this until it was brought to our attention at half. Cameron Scarlett has lacerated his hand and has been taken to the hospital to get his hand sewed up. So he is done for the night. Was wondering why we weren't seeing Cameron out there, Coach, but I guess that's the reason why. He's got a cut hand.
Got to be safe with that.
So hopefully we will see Cameron next week, as he's out tonight. Nathan Young also out with what looked like a left knee injury, and evidently it's nothing too serious, I don't think, but they're checking him out, and he will be done for the night as well. As far as the stats go, Nathan Young, 8 carries for 38 yards, and that'll be how he ends the night. Cameron Scarlett, 1 carry for 5 yards. The outlaw Josie Perkins, 1 carry for 18 yards. Terrell Rogers, 4 carries, 38 yards. Cade Carter, the leading rusher for the Raiders tonight, 4 carries, 48 yards. And Cade looking good running the ball tonight, Coach.
Tell you what, that little zone read where he keeps it is he's doing a great job with it, and they're chasing all the run fakes, relieving him open.
Cade showing some speed, and he has 48 yards. As far as his passing, in total, 18 carries for 139 yards total for the Raiders. Passing, Carter has 7 completions, 11 attempts, so he's 7 for 11, 103 yards. Is the yard total. Sean, we want to say great big thanks to Sean Saunders, who does a great job covering the Raiders for the Jonesboro Sun, and he provided the stats tonight. His writing is fine. My eyesight is not that good, and that's why I'm having him help me out. The receiving stats for Nettleton, Devin Alexander, 2 receptions, 43 yards. Terrell Rogers, 2 receptions for 17 yards. Moore, 1 reception, -3 yards. The outlaw Josie Perkins, 2 receptions for 46 yards. That is your halftime report on stats and the scoring summary. We're going to go to a break, let you hear from one of our wonderful sponsors. This has been the Consolidated Insurance Halftime Show. We do want to say a great big thanks to all of our sponsors: Shadrachs Coffee, Delaplaine Seed Company, First Community Bank, Front Page Cafe, Russell's Truck Accessories, and Collision Repair. They're the ones who bring you Raider football on NTV. We'll take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have the second half for you. Raiders up 5. Second half coming up. You're watching Raider football on.
First time you held on to the time you let go. Life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we try to be with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field. Second half just about to get started here. And, Coach, it was a shootout in the first half. Nettleton fortunate to be on the top end of it.
Exactly. I got a little tired watching them run up and down the field the way they did. Let's hope that we can get some of the mistakes out of the way. That the execution was really pretty good. It was just a lot of the penalties and stopping ourselves. So it would be great if we can get a stop here this first possession, giving it back to Pocahontas, and then go down and score, take control.
Michael Golden on to kick, and back deep is Michael Martins for Pocahontas. Great crowd opening night, home opener for the Nettleton Raiders, as Nettleton hoping to move to 2-0 on the season, but there's an awful lot of football to be played here in the second half. High, booming kick, and it lands in the back part of the end zone, rolls out of the end zone, and that is a touchback, so that's the way we get things started here at the second half.
Absolutely no wind, and he killed it.
Yes, that was a, as Sean pointed out, that would have been a college touchback, and he is Michael Golden's getting some looks from some colleges, and he's definitely got a next-level leg. Speaking of next level, this quarterback from Pocahontas, an outstanding athlete, Dawson Chester, he's going to play baseball at ASU. Boy, he gives to Kimball, and he is hit immediately by Moore, and it looked like Cornell Jackson also. And that's going to be no gain on the play, and it's one of those hits that makes me glad I'm in the broadcasting booth, Coach. Not down there on the field.
Exactly.
Cornell Jackson laying the lumber out there on the Raider Field turf. It's 2nd down and 10. Maybe that's a statement from this Raider D, how things are going to go in the second half. Give us to Lamb. A correction, that is actually that's number 2. That is Jackson Nichols. Tackle made by Cornell Jackson. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4. hurry up offense. Pocahontas. Pass out in the flats, and he gets a block out there, and I believe he's got enough for a first down. Pass complete to number 5, C.J. Palmer, and they're going to move the sticks. Pretty effective little pass out there.
We have to cut that up. We have a defender inside and one over the top. The defender inside ended up going same level as the outside corner, and we lost contain.
The result is a first down from Pocahontas. I believe Sean told me they've actually outgained us in the first half. Thankfully, we have more points than them. Chester to throw. Over the middle, he's got a man. The pass is complete to number 19. That is Kanon Fletcher. Good pass, and that's another first down for the Redskins. Good play right there by Pokey. Number 19 for 19 yards. Moves the sticks. Dawson Chester gives to Kimball this time. Kimball is tackled by Charles Moore, and Charles has his helmet ripped off, and he appears to be in some pain right there. He may have gotten kicked in the face, Coach, or it could be his shoulder. Another Raider going down to injury right here, and that's the Raider starting linebacker and receiver, number 7, Charles Moore. He sits up now. He hops up angrily, and yeah, I believe he got kicked in the face. Probably got kicked in the nose. His helmet came off somehow, and he probably got a foot in the schnauzer. Anytime you get a hard hit to the nose, that'll take the fight out of a lot of tough guys.
I played when we didn't have much of a face mask, so that happened quite often. And like you say, it can wake you up. It'd be hard to breathe the next morning.
That'll make the old eyeballs water. It's second down and 6. Chester from the gun. He's going to run it. And he's got the first down, and with some very good downfield blocking, he gets the ball to about the Raider 33-yard line, 1st and 10, Pocahontas.
They're doing a great job of mixing up the calls. Can keep the ball moving.
Clock also moving. 10 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Erroneously said the clock was moving. It's actually stopped because he got out of bounds. Play is whistled dead. Flags on the play. It's going to be offsides against Nettleton.
Nettleton, looks like.
Yet another penalty in a game that has been chock full of them.
10 penalties for 87 yards for Nettleton.
And that is the 10th penalty for Nettleton. Actually, 11th penalty, 93 yards, I believe. 92 yards on penalties for the Raiders. And, Coach, that is after such a clean game last week against Gosnell. Been a little bit sloppy here tonight. First down and 5. The give, actually, it's a little run-pass option. On the outside, it's a first down as he, at the last possible second, flipped it to his left. Jackson Nichols on the reception. And we have a Raider down on the far sideline over there.
That wasn't Cornell. Who was that? Yeah, you're good. It's not Barber.
I believe that is that's Moore again, isn't it? It's Charles Moore.
Hurt twice on the same possession.
Yeah, Moore walking off on his own power. Not sure exactly. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. Maybe he's
dragging that leg. That might possibly be.
Yeah, that looks like a cramp right there. Yeah, temperature right now is sitting at 81 degrees, and it's humid out there. Our up cameraman, Kobe Miller, came in complaining about the heat, the humidity, and the mosquitoes.
What mosquitoes?
We hadn't had mosquitoes in here, have we?
I haven't seen a one.
Appreciate this NTV crew. I believe Jack Jones is running camera right now up top. Actually, it's Adrian Torres, and that is Jackson Nichols, the ball carrier. Nichols, He runs it to the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 for the Redskins. 10 minutes, 2 seconds on the clock. For some reason, the clock stopped at 10:02. Chester running to the left, unable to make it to pay dirt. Makes it look like he went in within the 5-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and goal to go for Pocahontas from the 3-yard line. If my eyes are,
I think the young kid is in there.
Quarterback keeper, and it is snuffed out by the Raider defensive line.
Nathan Young is back in the ball game.
And we have a Nathan Young sighting, as Coach just said. Nathan Young, number 33, back in the game. That's good news. It's to Kimball up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pocahontas, is Kimball with a 2-yard run up the middle, and Pocahontas will regain the lead by the count of 27-26.
Going for 2.
With a 1-point lead, they elect to go for 2, which is a smart football move. Again to Kimball. He's looking for some room to the outside, not finding any, and he is stopped by a wall of Raiders. So the 2-point conversion will be no good with 9 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Your score is now Pocahontas 27, Nettleton 26. Good opening drive there by the Redskins, Coach.
Oh, great execution. You know, we've I don't know whether we're getting tired or they're just up or what. It's they had their way with us on that drive.
Kimball's now up to 20 carries, 89 yards.
This running back Kimball's having quite a night. 89 yards, 2 touchdowns on 20 carries. So let's hope that young man starts getting tired here, Coach. We need him to wear down.
Yeah, it's about time to see one of them cramp up out there. We need that.
No signs of him getting tired right now for sure, as Derek Kimball Jr., a senior running back, 5'11", 195 pounds, and he has had a heck of a game here tonight. 9 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Nettleton Raiders trail the Pocahontas Redskins by 1 point, 27-26. Sound system seems to be working good here at Raider Field.
Sounds very good, very loud. Glad to have this headset on.
That's not your type of music there, Coach.
Well, no, I tell you, I missed some of the Aretha stuff. I'm looking forward to more of that during the season.
You like some Aretha Franklin?
Oh, love her.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Queen of Soul.
From Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
The king of rock and roll and the queen of soul from the Bluff City. Pocahontas kick angles over to Terrell Rogers. Actually, that is Josie Perkins, and Josie Perkins is tackled there by Pocahontas' Isaac Broadway. Return out to about the 31-yard line, 32-yard line looks like. That's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. Ball looks like it may be on the 33. Chains on the 32. And then we'll say the 32. That's where the chains are. So there we go. Now it's on the 33. Cade Carter from the gun. Nathan Young back in the backfield. The give is to Nathan Young. He is hit in the backfield. Shucks the tackle. Tries to get outside. Runs out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of maybe 2. 1. Rather, whenever it's all said and done, to bring up 2nd down and 9.
From what I'm seeing with that, it looks like he's dragging that leg a little bit. I don't think he's 100%.
He went out with an injury, we believe, to his left knee in the 2nd quarter. He's back out there right now in the backfield. Fake to Young. Pass over the middle. Got a man wide open. That's the outlaw Josie Perkins, and Perkins is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Raiders.
Chester's down.
66-yard touchdown. Cade Carter to Josie Perkins, and the Raiders have regained the lead. Play fake. They bid on it. Touchdown, Raiders. Good play right there, Coach.
Sure was. Great execution.
32-17, and let's see if the Raiders try to go for two, if they're going to go behind the strong leg of the man with the golden foot, Michael Golden. With a 5-point lead, 9:04 remaining in the third quarter, they're going for the 1 point after. The kick is blocked yet again. And that is the third time tonight we've been able to convert on the point after. And, Coach, that's one of those problems that has a way of coming back to haunt you this game.
Snap was high, and, again, we had penetration from that left side. We're going to have to make a lot of changes on that this next week.
Pocahontas, they have blocked a couple of kicks now, and another one sort of a high snap, and it unable to convert. The Raiders do take the lead, however, on a 66-yard touchdown pass from Cade Carter to the outlaw Josie Perkins. 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Raiders now lead the Redskins 32-27. And, Coach, that's good to see. Pocahontas comes out, punches us in the mouth with a good drive, but we don't quit. We just come right back and respond well.
Right back in the lead, and so I've got a feeling this is going to be a tough shootout type thing the rest of this ball game. It may come down to who has the ball last.
Perkins now up to 3 catches for 112 yards.
Josie Perkins has eclipsed the 100-yard mark, 3 receptions, over 100 yards. I believe 112 yards, what our chief statistician, Sean Saunders, has letting us know. We appreciate Sean. Does a great job covering the Raiders, all sorts of Raider sports for the Jonesboro Sun. He's kind enough to sit up here and help us out in the broadcast booth with some stats and some information. He's a good hand to have whenever you're broadcasting a football game. I will promise you that. Michael Golden and on to kick. And, boy, they got that music loud out there, rumbling the bleachers. That'll get the Blue Hairs upset.
That's another one.
The ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. It's one of those just almost would have been a good play if it landed on the one and backspun out of there a little bit and maybe pin them deep.
You know, the sidewinder kicker, it's really like swinging a short iron in golf, straight through with the lift and stuff.
Sometimes you might be able to.
That's how I used to try to coach kids, get them to understand it, the foot position.
The Raiders, the beneficiary of that same type of play last week at Gosnell, as Orion Pugh recovered the kickoff, and next thing you know, the Raiders scored the touchdown. 32-27, Raiders up 5, 9:04 remaining in the third quarter. We're glad to have you watching Raider football. I've been corrected. Mike Hall told me Elvis is from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Well, yes.
Well, he was born there.
But,
he was born there.
But where is Graceland? That's the important thing.
We can say he's from Memphis. Elvis is from Memphis. That's his adopted hometown. Pocahontas elects to take a timeout. We will take it with them. With 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter, your score, Nettleton 32, Pocahontas 27. You are watching Raider football on NTV.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears as a parent that, oh my gosh, the school that I'm going to pick, it's going to determine their future and everything else. You know, it's a big choice that you have because you want to make sure you're going to put them in a school where they can continue their whole journey. I'm really super glad we started at Nettleton. It was relief that we had found a school where we felt comfortable sending our child. I felt like any situation he'd get put into, he would be able to succeed.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field, where the Raiders have a 5-point lead over Pocahontas, 9:04 remaining in the third quarter. Cade Carter, 8 for 12 passing, 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also has a rushing touchdown, so Cade Carter accounting for 3 of the Raiders' touchdowns tonight. Good to see Cade having yet another big game for Nettleton. This time the give is to Lamb. And Lamb tripped up at about the 29-yard line.
Again, our outside backers have got to support better. That we're getting great push up the middle. They're bouncing off the edge, and our outside backers are not coming up quick enough.
Gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Pocahontas. Football powerhouse from the 4A-3 conference. Up the middle, Chester. Good, tough running right there into the teeth of the Raider defense. He's tackled by the Iron Man, Jacob Taylor, the guy who's playing offense and defensive line for the Raiders. Kid's got good hair, Jacob Taylor.
Sure does.
Like Samson. Maybe the source of his strength. The give is to Lamb again. He is wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, but Nettleton's number 50, Carlavian Williams. Sophomore nose guard with the tackle, and it's a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Chester gives to Lamb, and he is
first down.
Knocked out of bounds. That's Devin Alexander playing some safety out there, and he knocks him out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it, Coach. I believe it's going to be enough for a first down.
Well, I thought it was. They'd already changed the marker.
Yeah, they changed the marker, and now they're moving the chain. So gain of 7, 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line of Pocahontas. The give is to Lamb, and Lamb is tackled about the 49-yard line. Cornell Jackson, the last to get up, and again his helmet is off. Cornell Jackson having a very good night defensively. Multiple tackles throughout the evening. 2nd down and 5 for the Redskins. Chester running to the left, has first down yardage. He is tackled by Nathan Young. They're going to move the chains, and been impressed with this Pocahontas Redskins offense, Coach. They are very efficient on the ground.
Like a machine now. Very, very few mistakes.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Give is to Lamb again. Livingston in on the stop. Also in on the tackle for the Raiders. Charles Moore. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Nettleton definitely had 12 players in the field.
6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lamb is going to keep it. He's tripped up in the backfield there by Bryson Thomas. He falls forward for a little bit of a positive gain. It's going to be 3rd down and we'll call it 8, maybe 3rd down and 7. And, Coach, you get a feeling this is a big play in this game.
It could well be. A stop here is really what we need.
3rd and 7 from the 42-yard line.
Raider defense is sucking wind right now.
Raider defense showing some signs of fatigue. Nathan Young, middle linebacker in there.
Charles Moore's gutting it out.
The pass is complete, but he is stopped short of the first down. That's Tommy Scarborough who made the stop over there. Pass was complete to Kanan Fletcher. 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2. And as they've done all night long, the Redskins coaching staff electing to go for it.
This one makes a little more high percentage thought here. Oh, great job. Great job.
Cornell Jackson.
All right. There was a turnover we needed.
Cornell Jackson sniffed that one out, deflected the pass, turnover on downs, 1st down Raiders, and number 23 came up big several times during that series.
Sure did a great job, and that's, to us defensively, that's a turnover. You stop them on 4th. It's not a recovered fumble or an interception, but that's a turnover. It's big play.
It's a stop. It's a turnover on downs, and let's see if the Raider offense can put a little bit of separation between the good guys and the Redskins here. 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Nettleton up by 5. Cade Carter.
That was Chester's first incompletion of the half.
Gives to Nathan Young. Nathan Young up the middle. He is stuck at the 50-yard line, and shout out to Nasty Nate. He kept those legs churning, and on that second effort, he very well may have gotten a first down, Coach.
I think he may have.
Let's hope he gets up all right. He was hit hard.
Yeah, first they gave it to us.
Gain of 10, first down Raiders. Nathan Young, gutsy run right there. Nathan coming out for a breather. In the backfield with Carter's Orion Pugh, the outstanding sophomore running back. Little run pass option out to Josie Perkins. Josie with a little bit of running room. He breaks a tackle, and he gets thrown backwards. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. They're not moving the down marker, so that's probably not a good sign. It's going to be holding against the Raiders. Not the first holding penalty we've seen against us tonight, Coach.
That's right.
Spot foul. It happened downfield, so let's see what the...
Well, we've been making big plays after,
Why does he not have the ball?
long, so we've got a chance. We're still in it.
Still first down. That's the good news. It'll be, we'll call it about, it's like about first down and 18. Cade Carter in the backfield. Orion Pugh, the sophomore running back there with him. The give is to Pugh, number 21. Gains a couple and is tackled by one of the big defensive linemen from Randolph County, number 56, Austin Russell. Gain of 3. According to Scott Nichols, the PA guy here tonight, it's second down and
I got second and 16.
18. Sean's got second and 16. It's second and long. How about that, Coach?
Why don't we split the difference, second and 17?
3 Raiders in motion, heavy on the right side. The give is to Orion Pugh. Let's see if he can get some blocks. He's good run there by Orion Pugh. Looks like a gain of about 10, maybe 12 yards inside Pocahontas Redskins territory. It's going to be third down and 5 for the Raiders. Gain of 11, tackle made by Derek Wiley. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Raiders up 32-27. It's third down and 5. Cade Carter with Orion Pugh in the backfield. Actually 2 in the backfield with him. That's Josie Perkins on the right side. Perkins in motion. Fake to Perkins. He's going deep. Devin Alexander, the intended target. Incomplete. Good coverage there by Pocahontas' number 5, C.J. Palmer. It'll bring up fourth down and 5.
Who do we have on the gurney down there? That's the Rogers kid?
Yeah, it looks like Terrell Rogers being stretchered out. He's setting up and looks like he's doing all right, getting a drink of water, but he is being carried out by the Medic One medical professionals here. Fourth down and 5, and it's been a costly game for the Raiders as far as injuries go, for sure. Terrell Rogers, our leading receiver last season, and the Raider coaching staff wanting to take a timeout, talk things over here. I believe that was Nettleton that called the timeout, Coach.
Yes, it was.
We'll take it with them. With 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Nettleton Raiders lead the Pocahontas Redskins by the score of 32-27. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
America. Is it a bald eagle soaring over a Virginian sunrise?
I'll tell you what America is, brother. America is getting your truck fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories.
Russell's Truck Accessories?
Yeah, Russell's Truck Accessories. They got chrome and aluminum wheels. They got big old mud crawling tires. They got lift kits so you can look down on the vegans and commies in their little compact cars. Russell's Truck Accessories. It's more American than Ronald Reagan playing home run derby with John Wayne.
Russell's Truck Accessories is located on South Stadium in Jonesboro.
God bless America and God bless Russell's Truck Accessories.
It's fourth down, and the Raiders punting. Fourth down and 5. Cade Carter on to punt the ball. He gets it off. It's a high end over end. Hopefully we'll get a positive roll right here. And the Raiders will pin them back at about, looks like the 11, maybe the 12-yard line, kind of 12-yard line of the Redskins, and that's where Pocahontas will take over first and 10.
We have to step up and play some defense now.
You like that call, punting right there?
I like making people drive the length of the field. It's hard to keep from making mistakes, as we've seen tonight. I don't care on what level it is. I'd rather have them drive a long way.
36 yards on the punt.
Cade Carter, who I guess would be our second-string punter, as Cameron Scarlett has left the game with a hand laceration. Sure hope Cameron is all right, and hope to see him back in Raider uniform very, very soon. Little run-pass option. He throws out in the flats, and
good job.
One missed tackle, but Jaquan Dent came up and snuffed it out. It is 2nd down and 6 now for the Redskins. Good play there by number 1.
Super.
Michael Martins on the reception for the Redskins. Chester gives to Kimball. Kimball running left side, and he is wrapped up by Cornell Jackson, but not until he gets a first down. First down, Redskins, 3:46 to play here in the third quarter.
We're struggling some with the tiredness.
24, that's 8 yards.
The temperature is yet to drop down below 80 degrees. Right now it's 80 degrees out there and humid. And you can bet the third and fourth quarter it's going to take a toll on both teams. Pass is ruled. The pass is ruled a lateral.
Right.
And picking up the ball and returning it for a touchdown is Jaquan Dent. That's a touchdown, Raiders. I thought it was an incomplete pass, Coach, but obviously it was a lateral. It was a backwards pass. Nettleton capitalizes. That's a big play we needed right there.
That's what we coach. When the ball is thrown parallel to the line of scrimmage, it hits the ground, always pick it up. That's super.
Jaquan Dent with a will go down as a fumble recovery, and he returns it all the way for a touchdown. 20 yards, and that's a big play. Makes the score 38-27, and I feel like finally the Raiders get a break.
That's what we were talking about. Make them drive. Make them have to go a long way, and mistakes happen.
Now, this is interesting, Coach. We're going for 2. I've been unsuccessful with several PAT attempts, and into the end zone. Actually, the ball is knocked down. I believe that was Xavier Taylor, shades of J.J. Watt, according to our Intrepid Sun reporter Sean Saunders. And the 2-point conversion, no good, but with 3:37 remaining in the third quarter, Nettleton has opened up an 11-point lead. Something tells me, Coach, this thing's far from over, though.
I agree with you 100%. Either one of them can strike quickly. I think we have just a little more firepower to do that, though.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this. Going for 2 right there, was that strategic as far as where the points are at right now, or is that because Coach Hampton is just kind of losing a little bit of faith in the kicking PAT unit?
It could be working both ways. I have a feeling maybe the word about the snaps and our protection has not been good. I would go with that more so than – I don't have one of those hit sheets which tells you, if you're ahead this much at this,
right.
Those things were long. I never did memorize them. I carried them on the field with me, but I think your summation is very, very good, and I got a feeling that's it. We're not pleased with the snaps. We're not pleased with the protection. So, hey, it was kind of like, well, let's just go for 2.
Certainly a lot of faith in Michael Golden. Do not want to insinuate that at all. He's one of the best kickers in the state of Arkansas on the high school level, undoubtedly. But just a lot of things right now we need to work on in the special teams. And I certainly don't fault the coaching staff for going for 2 right there. Michael Golden on to kick the ball off. High, deep kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line. That's Kimball. He finds a little bit of a crease, and he is tackled there by Nettleton's Stephen Williams, and he had some running room on that, Coach.
Well, one of the things we have to do when you have a person that can kick the ball as deep as Michael, we actually have to cover harder, and I know they're tired and they're playing, but you got to get down there, and we're breaking down on around the 30-yard line and giving them holes they can find things, and they get on us. It's tough.
Ball is spotted at the 31. That's where Pocahontas will take over. Chester going to work. Rolls to his left. Pass is incomplete. That's intended for Jackson Nichols, young man who's had a heck of a game for the Redskins. But it's 2nd down and 10. Be good to have another one of them defensive stops right here.
I love those turnovers, baby. Takeaways, not turnovers, takeaways.
That's the old ball coach, Pat Massey, kind enough to sit in on color commentary with me tonight. Greatly appreciate, Coach. Another one of those run-pass options. This time the pass is complete to number 19, Kanan Fletcher.
Going to give him the first on that.
And that's going to be first down yardage, Coach. I believe you're right. And we got a gain of 11. Once again, Charles Moore coming up limping. That's an obvious cramp right there as he's kind of walking stiff-legged. 1st and 10. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open. The pass is complete, and that will be a touchdown for the Raiders, and we're going to be flagged for I guess a tripping call right there. But the pass complete to number 5, C.J. Palmer. That's going to be a 58-yard touchdown pass. And I guess the penalty, will they go halfway to the goal right here?
I'm not sure. I've never seen that like that, so I don't know if it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, enforcing on the kick.
Yeah, they're going to enforce it on the kick. Personal foul, tripping the call on the Raiders. And that will be enforced on the kickoff. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pocahontas has scored 38-33 with that long touchdown pass. Rolling right is Chester. The pass is complete. Let's see, and it's good. It is good. 2-point conversion is good, and that makes the score 38-35. So one field goal separates these two teams with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This Chester, he's a D1 athlete. He's going to be playing baseball at Arkansas State University, and he has shown that he can run the ball tonight, and he has scored on it. He has thrown a couple of deep touchdown passes. He can throw the ball as well.
Has very good touch on the ball. They've been mixing the run up with their pass real well, and it's going to be. I know the Pocahontas fans are excited that he's just a junior and can be able to look at him one more year.
They're very excited about him. I can remember last year it was his first game. He was starting as a sophomore last year, and that whole town was buzzing. As we were walking up the visitors' bleachers, it was like Dawson Chester. You know, he was getting to start on the high school level, and they were so excited about it. As he has thrown for 148 yards tonight.
No. That's Palmer is now up to 6 catches for 148.
Correction. Palmer is the receiver who has received 148 receiving yards. My bad. I'm sure Chester has a lot more passing yards than that. But he's a heck of an athlete, and he has gashed us here tonight. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Raiders up by 3.
Craig, the thing I'm trying to figure out, the name, I don't know if that's really so much a football name as a scholar name, Dawson Chester.
It does sound like a scholarly young man, doesn't it?
Don't see a whole lot of athletes with that kind of name that are great athletes.
Dawson Chester. That sounds like I'm sure he is a very cerebral young man, good student.
Think about Bronco Nagurski and people like that. I mean, those are football names. Right?
Lambert.
There you go.
Ham.
We don't have a lot of that now.
No. Those are good football names.
Oh, they were great.
Didn't like those two names I just mentioned, Lambert and Ham. They're Steelers linebackers. They put a whooping on my Dallas Cowboys many a time in the 70s.
They were great.
So they're kicking off from the 45-yard line. You would like to think Oh, it's an onside kick. How about that?
Great job.
Onside kick and a good job down there. Let's see if we can't see the Raider who recovered it. It's Nettleton's Cooper Williams, the center. Not exactly somebody you think would be on the hands team, but
a very heady kid that can make a good decision.
No doubt about it. And he is rock solid centering that ball in our offense. I can't tell you how important that is, Coach. Get a good snap. Cooper Williams has done a good job all season long. Last year when he got the chance to play, he did great, and he came up big for the Raiders right there, recovering that onside kick.
He also could be the smallest lineman in the whole conference.
And as Sean Saunders says, he may be the smallest lineman in the whole conference. Here's OP, Orion Pugh. And he's tripped up after a gain of about 6, we'll say. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Hey, when I look at guys like Orion Pugh and I think about Cameron Scarlett, the future of Raider football is bright, Coach.
Definitely bright.
Orion Pugh in the backfield with the senior quarterback, Cade Carter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Carter gives to Pugh some tough yardage, and he is planted. Ball comes loose. I don't know if he hit the ground. Let's see if he fumbled before he hit the ground, or let's see what they're saying. Hopefully, Nettleton has got the ball, it looks like, which is good news. I think Orion came up with the ball. Result of the play is a gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Nettleton.
Getting vocal on the other side of the field.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Nathan Young back in the backfield. In motion is Josie Perkins. Carter, bootleg left. He's got the 1st down and then some. He scoots out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So he's spotted at the 40, and like you said, Coach, excellent play call right there.
Super job by Coach Wilson and his staff.
We do have a flag at the 50, and it's going to be illegal block in the back against the Raiders. How many penalties has that been for us tonight, Coach?
I can't count that high.
14 penalties.
14 penalties for Nettleton. Well over 100 yards we've been penalized, I would assume.
127.
127 yards.
We still have a quarter to go.
We're not done yet. Result of the play, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Good run there by Cade Carter. He runs out and gives a little bit of information out there to number 25. Carter with Nathan Young in the backfield, and there's that hard count. Unfortunately, Josie Perkins is going to be whistled for some illegal motion.
He struggled with that most of the night.
Number 25 is Doniquius Willis, who's one of the Raiders' inside linebackers, lining up out there at wide receiver. I get the feeling he doesn't do that a whole lot. That's probably why Cade had to go out there and give him a little bit of verbal instruction.
Exactly.
3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. 1 minute and 34 seconds and ticking on the clock. Nathan Young in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Carter to pass. A little bit of pressure. Carter is going to run it himself to the 47. Let's see if he got the 1st down. I believe he may be just a little bit short. It looked like his forward motion was stopped at about the 42-yard line,
He's up
maybe.
a yard further than what they're giving him.
Doesn't look like a good spot. 4th down and 2. And with 59 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, it looks like we're going to be going for this, Coach. Maybe a quick kick, maybe a no play.
Let's hope so.
They're going to run it. Nathan Young up the middle. He is actually Cade Carter. He fooled all of us. He's directing traffic, and there's flags everywhere. Cade Carter is going to be walking into the end zone, but everybody knows that thing is coming back.
They have not stopped that all night.
Yeah, that was blatant holding right there. That was blatant holding.
Going to be holding against the Raiders. Holding against the Raiders is the call.
It was Tolley. Tolley got a bad call earlier, but that was definitely not. That was the right call.
So that will negate yet another touchdown.
Another good call. I wonder if they're ever going to stop that thing.
The good news is, result of the play is a Raider first down.
Exactly.
Let's try to stay positive here.
And you're exactly right.
24 yards officially for Cade on the run.
Officially 24 yards. Cade Carter, who's leading the Raiders in rushing tonight. We'll have those stats for you as soon as we can.
Won't be till later.
Might be after the game. Nathan Young right up the middle. Big run by number 33. Nothing wrong with those legs on that run, Coach. That's a first down Raiders.
Look good.
He has been a warrior for us tonight, number 33. And I said it was a first down, but actually it's, yeah, there we go. They had it marked second and just short.
I did a little snooping at halftime and understand the leg that he banged up in the second quarter was one he hyperextended last year.
Okay. And we're going to let the clock run down to the break, and that is the end of the third quarter. Hey, you like high school football, you got yourself a dandy right here. Don't you go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to bring you the fourth quarter. Heck of a ball game here tonight at Raider Field. Nettleton 38, Pocahontas 35. Fourth quarter coming up. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Terry Gray, rice farming isn't a profession, it's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls. That's right, a place where the food comes flying to you, and it's good enough to eat. Front Page Cafe is also famous for our all-you-can-eat pass-arounds that come with every lunch or dinner. Lunch specials start at just $6.99. That includes a meal, flying rolls, and all the pass-arounds you can eat. So get your next home-cooked meal at Front Page Cafe. And don't forget, we've got the best old-fashioned breakfast in town. Front Page Cafe, home of the flying rolls.
16 penalties, 142 yards. That's the damage for the Raiders. The good news is the Raiders are up 38-35 as we start the fourth quarter. It's first down, Raiders driving. 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line of the Redskins. Cade Carter in motion is the outlaw, Josie Perkins. Perkins gets a block by Nathan Young and gets the ball down to about the 28-yard line. Actually, did not go down. Didn't hear a whistle anyway. He gets back up. Would have been better off maybe if he did go down.
They rolled his forward progress.
Actually, they gave him forward progress. Looks like maybe the 28-yard line. Gain of 7 after all of that, Coach, and it's 2nd down and 3.
Well, there was a lot of danger. You know, you want the kid to fight, but also you got to secure that ball and get a little lax with it.
Carter from the gun. In the backfield is Nathan Young. Low snap given to Nathan Young. Nathan bowling forward, and it's just saying who can push the pile right now. He gets to the 25-yard line, and let's see what kind of spot they give us.
First. This lineman over here is on the 25.
Gain of 4 on the play. 4 very tough yards for number 33, Nathan Young.
Yeah, that's perfect.
They're squatting their tackles on Carter now.
What was that you just said, Coach?
They're squatting their tackles now on Carter, trying to stop that zone keeper of his.
Yes, sir.
That he's been so successful with.
1st and 10 Raiders. Pocahontas 25. Josie Perkins in motion.
See
Carter. This time he stopped in the backfield. That play's been successful. We're hung up a little bit. Lamb had his face mask caught in the jersey of Cade Carter, looks like.
That's a nice adjustment their coaches have made. Instead of barreling in, they just bring them across the line, set them down. It's like a double, what we call a spy technique.
Well, the result of that was a loss of 8 right there, and it's 2nd down and 18 for the Raiders. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this game. Raiders trying to hold on. A 3-point lead here in the fourth quarter.
All right,
and there's that hard count once again. once again, it draws the Redskins off, and that's by my count, that's the fourth time tonight we've done that.
I believe you're right, at least 4. I mean, there's 20 yards right there of offense, and you don't even have to run the play.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 13, which is much more negotiable than a 2nd down and 18.
First penalty of the half for the Redskins.
Cade Carter from the gun in the backfield. Nathan Young fumbled snap. Cade picks it up. Pass is complete to Devin Alexander.
Great play.
About the 20-yard line.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
Good job by Cade Carter. Keeping his head right there, Coach, and looking downfield, hitting Devin Alexander.
Got a flag over there.
Oh, my gosh. 73 down there was
Flags on the play, and that is going to be ineligible receiver downfield against the Raiders. Well, I guess with the fumbled snap and everything, the play took a little.
It was a run play, and Cade made something happen. But like we see, the kids were downfield trying to pick up secondary or second-level people, and that was a legit call. I'm sure they're getting a little help from Coach Beatty in the Pocahontas sideline over there.
I'm sure he's making his opinions known over there. 2nd and long, Cade Carter from the gun, gives to Nathan Young. Nathan Young, good run up the middle. Nathan Young breaking tackles, getting down to the 15-yard line, and we're close to a first down. Boy, I like that play call right there, Coach.
Super. Just kind of a delay. I mean, it looks like a draw, but it's just a delay.
About a yard short of the first down marker, 3rd down and 1. The clock is at 9 minutes and 9 seconds. Gain of 17 by Nathan, and it looks like we're going to have ourselves a timeout on the field. Officials timeout. Let's just keep it right here and kind of see what's going on. I know it's not a TV timeout. They hadn't said anything to us about taking a timeout. I don't see anybody in. Maybe they just need maybe it's officials timeout for water break. Is that such a thing?
I mean, they've done that in the past. I've seen a lot of it where they do it several times, and you would think maybe they would do that more in this ball game, but the first time all night.
Very interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Officials timeout for a water break. Temperature out on the temperature is 80 degrees. And
the humidity and a lot of times the heat index. I've been a part of ball games where they would take 2 or 3 a quarter. And the officials would need the water just about as much as the players.
Well, that may be why they took it.
Well, you look at the size of some of those guys and what they're carrying around out there.
These officials may be watching this rebroadcast.
Well, I'm not trying to insult them. They know they need to lose a little weight, so let's take it.
You're a health teacher.
I'm telling the truth.
You're calling it like it is.
I'm overweight, they're overweight.
It's 3rd down and 1. Cade Carter from the gun. Orion Pugh in the backfield. He gives to Pugh, the tough sophomore up the middle. Second effort. It looks like he got a first down. Let's see where the spot is. Orion Pugh, I thought he was over the 15-yard line myself, Coach. Let's see where the spot.
They're not giving it.
They're not giving him it at all, is it? It's going to be 4th down and less than 1.
Hope he's just got to get a little more leg drive with him. He's making contact and he's letting his legs stop.
Only at Scarlet right now.
Carter. He's going under center. When's the last time we saw that? Quarterback sneak. Carter with the first down. Well, I say with the first down. Maybe they'll give him forward progress.
This guy's spotting it.
And we got to have a flag right there, don't we? I mean, he planted him in the ground. Cade Carter putting his hands up in there like, what is that? Let's see where the spot is. The Raider fans not happy. I thought he got forward progress, first down.
He did. He's got it.
First down, Raiders. First down, Raiders. And they pushed him back 10 yards and picked him up and gave him a pile driver right there on the hard concrete. That was it could have very well been unnecessary roughness, I guess, Coach. I'm surprised that we did not get that call. 7 minutes and 51 seconds. As in any event, it's a key first down for the Raiders.
Big first down.
Big
Keeps
fourth down
that
conversion.
clock moving too.
Orion Pugh in the backfield. Carter from the gun. He gives to Orion. Orion Pugh up the middle.
Almost.
And boy, that is a good shoestring tackle there that saved a touchdown by Rob Mason. Good tough run by Orion Pugh. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 3. Got a player shaken up. That is Pocahontas' Bradley Baltz. Gain of 8 on the play. Upon further review, it'll be 2nd down and 2. Clock is at 7 minutes and 25 seconds. And it looks like it stopped. Did they stop the clock for injury?
The official stopped it.
Okay. Now we're rolling it.
Let's get it going again.
7:22.
Run the clock here.
Give up the middle to Nathan Young. Nathan Young running tough inside the 5-yard line. He's tackled at about the 2. It'll be first down and goal for the Raiders. Now 7 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock. Stopped while they move the chains. Gain of 5. It'll be first down and goal from the 3.
Come on, run the clock.
Clock is running. 7:06 on the clock and ticking. Nathan Young in the backfield. Carter gives to Young. Young running off right tackle, short of the end zone. A good tackle made there by Rob Mason. That's the second time that young man has saved a touchdown with his defense. It'll be 2nd down and goal. The good news about that is we're running a little bit more time off the clock.
Exactly. I love that.
No gain on the play. If we score here, it's a 2-possession game with 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. This Pocahontas team, no slouch. They wore out Valley View in their scrimmage game. Beat a very good Batesville Southside team last week. Tall test for the Raiders. Gives to Nathan Young. Man, he is met immediately in the backfield. That is Xavier Taylor.
They've done a very good job of disguising their linebackers on these pops they're running, and that's where the youth of our line is being exploited.
Loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Cade Carter, he went from under center on that quarterback sneak, but he's back in the gun, obviously, right now. Nathan Young in the backfield. Carter passing over the top and is over the head of Charles Moore. Good coverage there by the Pocahontas secondary. That's number 30, Derek Wiley. How do you do, Mrs. Wiley? In the words of Ernest T. Bass. It's 4th down and 4. What do we do here, Coach? We going for it, or are we going to try to kick a field goal?
I call timeout and I talk about it.
Well, it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Golden's dad wants him to kick it.
Michael Golden, it's automatic for Michael Golden. It's just the rest of our.
No, but the way we've been tonight, it's not automatic. Our snaps and protection on the left side 3 times. So I mean,
Golden,
Michael
yes.
We're not following through, and the rest of the unit's not taking care of business.
Well, the ball is going to be placed, it looks like, on the right hash, Coach. Am I seeing that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Might have an issue with the clock.
And there's a timeout in Nettleton. Tell you what, we need to take a timeout. We'll regroup here. We got 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the game. The Raiders up by 3. 4th down and 4. 4th down and goal from the 4. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Collision Repair is celebrating their 40th anniversary. For 40 years, Collision Repair has had your back, getting your repairs done quickly using the best tools and technology. They've been able to keep you updated online throughout the repair process. No matter what the bad guys try, Collision Repair works with your insurance to make sure you don't have
the worst experience possible.
Here's to Collision Repair on their 40th anniversary.
Your friendly neighborhood body shop.
5:42 remaining in the game, and Nettleton with the 3-point lead. But the way this game is going, you can bet that 3-point lead, it doesn't feel safe right now, Coach. Big play here for the Raiders. 4th down and goal from the 4. The Raiders going for it. And, boy, it would be nice to get into the end zone right here. Nathan Young in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cade Carter from the gun. Carter back to pass. Pump fakes. Carter trying to run it, and he is going to be tackled. Quarterback sacked by Pocahontas' Xavier Taylor. He made a couple of big plays on that defensive stand. And with 5 minutes and 37 seconds, Pocahontas is going to take over. They're down 3. They got the length of the field to drive. Time for the Raider defense to step up, Coach.
You got that. Without a doubt, we got to have some big plays. And I know they're tired. I know they're wet, sweaty, crampy, but we got to – this is what football is all about. Your back's to the wall in the fourth quarter.
I can hear Coach Pat Hawk saying, the heat that melts the wax hardens the steel.
Old Hawk, I remember him.
He was a legendary coach around here. Chester going to work, gives up the middle to Kimball. He's hit in the backfield, pops out. That's going to be a tackle for a loss. It's far enough away, it's kind of hard for me to tell who was it that made the stop. Number 72, Ryan Crawford, another one of the very good sophomores. That's a loss of 3, big loss of 3. It's second down and 13. Clock at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Loss of 4 on the play. That's a big, strong young man, that Ryan Crawford. He imposed his will that time on the Pocahontas offensive front. Chester to pass. He's going deep.
Look back for the ball.
And it is knocked away by Jaquan Dent. Jaquan Dent, intended for C.J. Palmer, who's had a very big game. This time Dent able to
He did a good job.
break it up.
He didn't look back. It scared me a little bit. If he'd looked back, I think he'd have picked that thing.
And that would have been very nice. 3rd down and 14.
We're playing a halves coverage, and we're beating on them, and we're overlapping with the safeties. They did a good job with it.
3rd and 14 for the Redskins. Again to pass. We're going to have a whistle blown, a penalty called. Maybe false start on the Redskins, which would actually it's offsides on the defense. So that'll move it up 5, give them 3rd down and 9. Penalties. 3rd down and 9 for the Redskins.
18th penalty for Nettleton.
The 18th penalty of this game for the Raiders. Chester in the backfield.
No, stay.
Kimball in the backfield with him. They're going to pass. On the right side, had a man open. Incomplete, intended on the right side over there. I believe that is number 19, Kenyon Fletcher. I'm sorry to his family for mispronouncing his name. Kenyon Fletcher, incomplete. 4th down and 9 for Pocahontas. With 2 timeouts left and 4:42 left on the clock, punting is the right call right here,
Without
Coach.
a doubt. You don't get this one, you give up another score, so they've got to get rid of it.
I've never seen a fake punt from the end zone.
They faked a couple tonight. I didn't think they should.
Well, they sure have.
Midfield, so who knows? It's like Bobby Bowden used to fake out of the end zone.
Raiders have nobody back deep. They're just going to
very wisely
take the ball where it rolls. And right now it's just a neutral roll. Actually, almost taking a little bit of a Raider roll. 37-yard line. That's where the Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10. Coach, we got 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to play in the game. 3-point lead. The Raiders 4.5 minutes away from a win, but Pocahontas with 2 touchdowns. You're not going to be able just to kill the clock here. You're going to have to try to move the chains.
You need to move the chains and run the clock. I mean, when the clock gets stopped and started, we've got to keep an eye on it and run that 25-second clock down.
Cade Carter gives to Nathan Young. Nathan Young up the middle. And he moves the pile into the 33-yard line, it looks like. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock at 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And rolling.
And he hasn't said it. Now keep an eye on it and run down there. We got 38 seconds. We ought to be under 3 minutes before this ball snapped. Well under 3 minutes.
Yeah, play clock at 30 seconds right now. I believe is it a 40-second play clock in high school now?
Sure is.
Okay. Cade Carter, savvy senior quarterback.
Let it run.
He looks behind him at the play clock, which is at 16 seconds.
This is smart. This is good football right here.
Somewhere in the stands, Coach Brian Carter is saying, "Good job, son." 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap. Give up the middle to Nathan Young. Nathan Young to the 30-yard line. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first down. It's going to be
we can be under 3 on this one.
Third down and a long 2, maybe. Third down and 2. Third down and 3 is what the scoreboard is saying. The clock is at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Play clock 27 seconds, so it'll be well under 3 minutes whenever this play starts.
First down right here might do it.
I'd say we got 2 plays to get 3 yards. With our offense, I like our chances.
They may use a timeout because they've got to if we don't get it here.
Nathan Young in the backfield. Give to Young. He's hit in the backfield, rolls off of it. He's going to be tackled for a loss there.
All right, they're calling timeout now. She's got to stop the clock on it.
Tackle was led by Brian Lem. That young man has had a tremendous game, and, man, that's a big loss. 4th down and 7. Lost 4 on that, Coach. 4th down and 7. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the game. Raiders on the 32-yard line. That would be a 49-yard field goal, but something tells me there's not a chance in this world that they're going to try that field goal. The Redskins have just taken a timeout. That is their second timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. Scoreboard hasn't taken the timeout off yet, but they had to.
Now they were sprinting to the hash to make sure the official heard it, so they haven't taken it off, but I know they did, so that leaves them with 1.
And we have another Raider shaken up, and that's number 33, Nathan Young. I didn't realize Nathan was on the ground out there. He's with the trainer, our trainer Ryan, and Andy Shatley down there working him out, and looks like he's going through some cramp protocol. It's going to be 4th down and 7 for the Raiders. Huge play right here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cade Carter to pass, looking for a man downfield. The pass is complete. Josie Perkins, touchdown Raiders. I see no flags. Cade Carter hits Josie Perkins, a 35-yard touchdown. And, Coach, that's just what the doctor ordered.
Great job. That's when you have a quarterback, a senior that's got some experience. You got confidence in him. Put the ball right on the money. Good catch, because it was decent coverage.
I like that play call right there. 4th down and 7, play fake. I guess was that what you call a run pass option right there, Coach, or was that just a play action pass?
I think it was just a basic play option. I don't think he was reading it. It was a throw all the way.
Okay.
They weren't trying to it might have had a little of the action of a run-pass option to be a play action, but that's what I'd term a play action.
Well, shout out to Coach Clint Wilson for dialing that one up. There's 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining on the clock. The Raiders up 44-35. It is a 2-possession game right now, and unless something crazy happens, that's one of those daggers right there that the Raiders just inserted into the Redskins. This has been a very entertaining high school football game. We knew coming in, if you look across the field at the Pocahontas stands, this is a school with great tradition, a tremendous football program. At Schoonover Stadium, you look at all the conference championships they got. It goes back to the 1940s. Yeah. They've been winning conference championships since the 40s at Pocahontas.
And all the years in the playoffs on top of that.
A proud tradition, and these Redskins, they have come to Nettleton, and they have given us all that we wanted, I promise you. Expecting great things from this team this year. Now, this game is not over with yet. We still got 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, but the Raiders up 9, and they're bringing out the man with the golden foot, Michael Golden.
I think we may have changed personnel person or two on this. I'm not sure.
Looks like it. Scarborough holding, and this time we're able to get it off, and the kick is good. Makes it a 10-point lead, 45-35, as Michael Golden drills it through the uprights. So the Raiders with a 10-point lead with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. And Cade Carter having himself a night tonight, Coach. Just touchdown pass in the first quarter. In the second quarter, touchdown run by Cade. In the third quarter, a touchdown pass, 66-yard touchdown pass to the outlaw Josie Perkins. And here in the fourth quarter, Cade with a 35-yard touchdown pass also to Josie Perkins. Cade Carter having a career night here at Raider Field. And coming off a career night last year as he led the Raiders to a historic performance. They scored more points last Friday night than they ever had in the history of this program. The, I guess, 54-year history of Raider football, they've never scored more than they scored last Friday night. We've got 45 here tonight, so 69-45. This is an offense that can put some points on the board,
Without
Coach.
a doubt. And will only get better as the season progresses. The experience of the young guys that we have playing and the offensive line. And but again, I think we have more receivers that are capable of catching the ball. Our run game will get even better, and it's going to be hard. We got to get tougher defensively.
Michael Golden kicks it high and deep, fielded at the 5, maybe the 6-yard line, and here come the Redskins. Ball will be returned out to about the 24-yard line. Watkins on the return. And Bryson Thomas, the Raiders' outside linebacker, making the stop on special teams. 2:26 remaining in the game. 1st and 10, Redskins from their own 39.
It'll be interesting to see how quickly they start throwing the ball.
I would say it would be immediately. 2:26 remaining in the game. They do have a timeout. That's a dying quail right there,
yep.
And that's a ball game.
He got hit.
Intercepted, and we got ourselves a pick 6. Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown, Raiders. Interception by Quad Brown, and Quad Brown took it to the house. 29-yard pick 6. Quad Brown. And the score is now 51-35. And I believe he got hit as he was throwing that ball, Coach.
He did. That made him throw off target. He got it over there, but made him throw behind him a little bit, and it's just a great job. Quad had his eyes on the ball. He's a kid that moved in here from West Memphis last year and was a great contributor to our junior high championship last year.
Tommy Scarborough to hold. Michael Golden on, trying to make it 52-35. And with that, with those points, this game has now entered into the realm of a whole lot closer than what the score is going to indicate. Hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. With 2:14 remaining, your score is now Nettleton 52-35 on a pick 6 by Quad Brown. And, Coach, this has not been a 52-35 game, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. I mean, it could be. You're 100% correct, and it could be even worse, if we don't have the penalties and things we do. But you credit Pocahontas, good football team, but I think they're getting worn down. And we're kind of getting our heads up. We're growing up some defensively tonight. I said we had to make some improvement there. That will only happen as each ball game gets better, too. If we can eliminate these penalties. It's funny to go down that road after we didn't have many last week. That will have a bad effect on us once we hit conference. We've got to correct that in the next couple of ball games.
Yeah, the good news is we got time to correct those types of things. And another good thing about this Nettleton Raider team, they are extremely young. As we graduated 2 outstanding senior classes the last 2 years who led us to back-to-back Conference 5A East championships, this year we are heavy on the sophomore side. A lot of 10th graders getting some action out there, and a lot of growing pains, but that does speak well for the future of this program.
Well, you know, a lot of these kids grew up last year, and I'm not trying to take anything away at all from the high school staff, but they grew up, they came on after a couple of early ball games and then went undefeated through the conference, and they know how to win. They know how to prepare, and it's exciting to see them step up and mature up on the high school level now.
Golden's kick fielded right at the goal line. I thought it might have been a touchback, but he runs it out to the 26-yard line. That's Derek Kimball. It'll be 1st and 10 Pocahontas from the 25. Correction, from the 27-yard line. The clock is at 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Raiders up 52-35.
Just don't relax. Play your techniques.
Chester gives up the middle. That's Lim. Lim runs at about 9 yards, and I believe that's Bryson Thomas on the stop.
Let's get our eyes over here and get our call in.
Stephen Williams also in on that stop. Clock rolling. 1 minute and 49 seconds. 2nd down and 1. The give is to Lim. He's got the 1st down. I believe that was Justin Livingston. Justin Livingston and also Doniquis Willis on the stop.
Doniquis. I tell you, Justin did a good job of coming underneath the kick block where he could have picked up a few more yards on that.
I like that Justin Livingston. Glad that he's a junior. He'll be anchoring that line again next year for the Raiders. Very good young man. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in this game. And a flag on the field. It's going to be offsides against Nettleton. I guess we had somebody lined up.
Or somebody, and well, he jumped.
Oh, he jumped. Okay, I thought he might have been lined up in the neutral zone.
You know, in the old days, Craig, we had to go across and make contact. Now, or at least break the plane and have the ball snap. Now, if you get in, encroach through the ball, it's automatic.
They call it immediately. I do remember seeing defenders jumping across and then back across the line of scrimmage.
Which you can do in college and pro. We can't do it on this level.
No longer in high school. 1st down and 5. The Redskins keeping it on the ground. 1st down run there. That's number 30, Derek Wiley. How do you do, Mr. Wiley? He gets a 1st down. The clock is at 1 minute and 10 seconds. 1:10 remaining in this game. Nettleton 52, Pocahontas 35. Ball on the Raider 41. The give is to Wiley. Wiley tackled by Cornell Jackson at the 39-yard line. Clock is now under a minute. The Raider faithful is beginning to head to the exits, and they're going to go home happy tonight after a Raider victory. 48 seconds on the clock. Give is to Wiley again. Wiley tackled by Tommy Scarborough.
Chester's not in right now, is he?
That was Chester. It sure was. Number 3. They still got Chester in.
Is he still in there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
My glasses broke at halftime, so I can't see.
You see, I'm using these field glasses.
Yeah.
These binoculars.
Everything's a tad blurry.
10 seconds. This will be the final play of the game right here. 3rd down and 5 for the Redskins. Chester going for it all. He's got a man. That's going to be a touchdown. Lane Looney. That's going to be the last play of the game right there.
Wheel route, and we didn't cover it. We both bit on the post route.
That's a 35-yard touchdown, and that's going to make the score 52-41. If nothing else, it's going to make the score a lot more indicative of what kind of game this was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they're not going to attempt the PAT. So we're just going to say that's a final score right there. Nettleton 52, Pocahontas 41. The Raiders with a win. And I tell you what, let's take a break, if that's all right. Our director, Ryan Bell, hustling around here. We're going to take about a 1-minute break. When we come back, we will have the Consolidated Insurance postgame show. We'll wrap this thing up. Big Raiders win 52-41. The Raiders move to 2-0 on the season. And we'll wrap it up with the Consolidated Insurance postgame show right after these messages.
Collision Repair is celebrating their 40th anniversary. For 40 years, Collision Repair has had your back, getting your repairs done quickly using the best tools and technology. They've been able to keep you updated online throughout the repair process. No matter what the bad guys try, Collision Repair works with your insurance to make sure you don't have
the worst experience possible.
Here's the Collision Repair on their 40th anniversary.
Your friendly neighborhood body shop. They say being a Raider is about more than just going to school. They say being a Raider is about our community, about tradition. Kindergarten at Nettleton is about teachers that I love, learning that is fun. It's really about pride in what we do and who we are becoming. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
All right, and we want to welcome you to Raider Field for the Consolidated Insurance postgame show. Craig Miller, the old ball coach, Pat Massey. And good news for the Raiders tonight as they come away with a hard-fought 52-41 win. Coach, nothing easy about this one tonight.
No, but I tell you what, the Raiders really grew up and they played some great team ball on both sides, scored when they really had to, and made stops in the second half when they really had to. So it's exciting to think what could happen the rest of the season.
Definitely something to build on here tonight. To kind of go through the scoring summary for you, Pocahontas got things started in the first quarter, 7-0 on a run by Brian Lim. Nettleton answered a touchdown pass, Cade Carter, to number 15. Number 15 is Devin Alexander, if I'm not mistaken. 8-yard touchdown pass, tied things up at 7. Pocahontas scored in the first quarter, a 23-yard run by Kimball, and that made the score 14-7 going into the second quarter. The second quarter belonged to the Raiders, however, as they outscored Pocahontas 3-1. Nathan Young with a 4-yard run. Cade Carter with an 11-yard touchdown run. And then Roger with a 3-yard touchdown run. Roger. Who is Roger, Coach?
Did I
write that down right? Oh, my word.
You were doing a great job. You were in a big hurry, too.
I promise you. I'm going to have to look that up. That is killing me. I wrote down Terrell Rogers. Terrell Rogers. Didn't put the S on, and that's what messed me up. Rogers with a 3-yard touchdown run, which we believe was his first rushing touchdown. Made it 26-14. Pocahontas answered with a 69-yard touchdown pass from Chester to Palmer, and that set the score at 26-21 at half. Coach, that quarterback, Chester, for Pocahontas, throws the long ball very well, and Pocahontas went in with a little bit of momentum on the count of that.
He has great touch and just shows what a great athlete that he is.
They came out of the second half. Pocahontas retook the lead on a Kimball 2-yard run, made the score 27-26. Nettleton, however, a 66-yard touchdown pass from Cade to the outlaw Josie Perkins. Nettleton went ahead 32-27, and they never relinquished the lead. They scored again, made it 38-27. A fumble recovery, Jaquan Dent, fumble recovery to the end zone, 38-27. Pocahontas, another one of those long passes from Chester, made the score 38-35. And that That pass was to number 5, C.J. Palmer, who had a heck of a game tonight. Fourth quarter, Nettleton scored twice. Pocahontas scored once. Cade Carter with a 35-yard touchdown pass, once again to Josie Perkins, made the score 45-35. And that was that excellent play call, 4th and 7, pass over the middle for the touchdown. That was probably the key play to this game, Coach.
Exactly. And, we look at the score. We put 2 defensive scores in that win. So that's a big plus. The team is growing immensely. The success of the past 2 seasons, they're feeling that. They're getting pride in themselves, and then, hey, we can win. We are winners. We're not going to this field hoping we win. We believe we can win.
You've been a part of football programs that have that intangible quality known as tradition. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's what you're speaking of right there. We're getting the tradition. Our boys expect to win. The rest of the game, the scoring went like this. Quad Brown with a 29-yard pick six. The quarterback, Chester, was hit as he was throwing, and Quad Brown just kind of picked off the old proverbial dying quail, ran it 29 yards into the end zone. That made the score 52-35, and that was pretty much all she wrote. Pocahontas did get a literal last-second touchdown. Dawson Chester, young man, has no quit in him. He threw a 35-yard touchdown pass to Looney, and that set the score 52-41. They didn't attempt any kind of point after. I guess they figured.
Well, their coaches, I'm sure, it's over, and they're going to have any outcome on the ball game. Usually they do that just for the kids to be able to pad their stats up a little bit. But I know they probably had a lot of frustration with the way the game went and knowing they missed a lot of opportunities by the mistakes that we made, giving them opportunities, but we recovered and came back. So
probably just ready to get on the bus and head back to Randolph County. But that set the score at 52-41, and that was your final. The Raiders improved to 2-0 on the season. A couple of victories over 4A-3 conference opponents. Neither one of them were cupcakes, Coach. Coach Gosel and Pocahontas.
And I believe that's one of the things Coach Hampton has done to kind of build a little more tradition in this program. Instead of looking for an easy victory, he's going out and playing good football teams, and that prepares you for conference.
It sure does. And anybody watching at home, you might not have thought this thing existed. This is my wallet. I just reached and got my wallet. I forget my wallet when I go into restaurants.
You don't give me a loan?
No, I'm not giving you any money at all. I owe you money tonight for the good job you did. But I'm looking at the schedule to see who we play next week. It looks like we play Mountain Home next week. That will wrap up our non-conference schedule. Hey, here's the good news, Coach. We play Mountain Home at home.
Exactly.
That's a tough drive over there. But we take on Mountain Home next week. The Raiders improved to 2-0 tonight, and they wrap up non-conference next week. After Mountain Home, it's an off week, and then we will be hosting the Batesville Pioneers here. Hey, Raider football this year is a whole lot of fun to watch. If you didn't get a chance to make it out to Raider Field tonight, then we sure hope to see you next week. Kickoff 7 o'clock Friday night. I want to say a great big thanks to all of our sponsors. Let me run through these one more time, and then we'll sign off of here. Before I hit my sponsors, I do got to say a great big thanks to Ryan Bell, who did the directing tonight. Absolutely great job. Ryan got here early and set up, and of course he's staying late right now to help tear it down. Kobe Miller did most of the video work tonight, most of the camera, did 3/4 worth of filming. I believe it was Adrian Torres, who also helped us out. Thanks to Adrian for helping.
I want to take the staff out for a little a pancake dinner or something.
That would be awesome. Unfortunately, I forgot my wallet. I left my wallet at home, so I'm not going to be able to pay, but I'll be glad to go with them. Somebody else, maybe you going to pick us up.
I'll be glad to do it. I'll go buy dinner.
And this guy's Coach Pat Massey, legendary football coach and a great leader among men. We're very thankful to have you in the booth. Coach, I really appreciate you helping me out tonight doing color. It was fun just sitting here watching the game with you.
I had a ball.
And you are always welcome to be my play-by-play color guy, because I think you're the best, and I really appreciate you helping out tonight. Here's the sponsors one more time: Consolidated Insurance, Shadrachs Coffee, Delaplaine Seed Company, First Community Bank, the Front Page Cafe, Russell's Truck Accessories, Collision Repair. Make sure you support these businesses who support our great school here at Nettleton. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to bring you these broadcasts. Thank you so much for watching tonight. For Coach Pat Massey, I'm Craig Miller. Thank you for watching a great Raider victory. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
Alma mater, alma mater,